man? We are
What's up,
back.
brother?
The JoeMar show is back on air, eh?
Hey, we're back in action. We're live.
We're live,
We're
baby.
live in full effect.
How about all this crazy news going on here in the world?
Man, what a
It's
time
crazy,
to be alive,
this world
honestly.
now.
It's some crazy times. Crazy times.
I like the music. You hear that?
There we go.
It's vibing. It's vibing.
Vibing.
But yeah, man.
This is a Saturday vibe.
Yeah, the first bit of news, I guess. What do you want to start off with there?
I mean, man, there's so many things going on, but I think we should probably start with the big heavy stuff.
Yeah,
the big guns.
The Andrew Tate getting canceled from Facebook and Instagram. It's
what
crazy.
What a world we live in. It's kind of depressing that they've removed my favorite content creator.
It started off with Donald Trump, the sitting president, gets blocked, and that was an alarm bell. Everybody's happy because they hated Trump so much, but they should be oh well, we're worried about our freedom because if they can block the president, Now they go on to Steve Will Do It got his whole channel deleted, his YouTube channel. The guy was giving out money to everybody. They said he was a bad influence because he was promoting gambling to kids, but it's be a parent, probably. I don't know. Same with the Andrew Tate thing. Try to be a parent. Don't worry about some influencer on YouTube influencing your kids to be a bad person, I guess. I don't know. What are your thoughts on all that getting canceled?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. If you look back at the original OG canceled,
yeah,
the Alex Jones kind of canceled, right? I mean, there was kind of there was a reasoning behind that, right? But then if you look at all these other ones,
I don't think
nothing
makes
makes sense anymore.
For Alex Jones, he has to pay $4.1 million because he said that he doesn't believe all the things that unfolded during Sandy Hook, and he's in court in his defamation or whatever it's called. What's it called? Yeah,
no, dude, I remember that. So I unfortunately
it just happened
back in the day, I was a huge InfoWars head. I loved watching InfoWars. That was my thing. It was hey, bored, let's watch some InfoWars. And I was watching it a lot, especially during that time. And looking back at some of the things that he said and some of the just some of the shit that he put out. I mean, it does make sense. He is pretty out there. And when you look at if you look at the guidelines for YouTube or Twitter or any kind of public speaking space, I mean, I can see why. No, I just see why they're hey, we need to pull this. We need to pull this guy offline.
I don't see that at all. I think that shows you you can't create. You can't. It's entertainment. What do you think? So they shut up all conspiracy theorists for a reason. They're not. What do you think they want to? They're oh well, Alex Jones is just gonna say this and tell all the kids. We want to tell them that we're right and Alex Jones is wrong. It's well, we all know that the government, a lot of his conspiracy theories, he was right. And he has an insight on all that stuff, man. Especially with the NASA stuff. His dad was friends with Warner Van Braun and all that. And was a huge
He
But
loves to talk about all the shit that his dad did.
Why can't he question stuff? Why can't he question stuff without getting? He has to pay $4.1 million now because of that.
Well, and if you look back why they're making him pay that, I mean, dude, it's just the way that this whole society, especially in the United States, right? It's just it's progressed to this whole you said something that I didn't like.
It's
terrible.
I'm
gonna sue you. You hurt my feelings.
It's actually terrible.
Honestly, it was terrible. No, for sure. It was a tragedy. Without a doubt, it was a tragedy. And I think that some of the things that he probably said up front right away probably could have, blaming the CIA, saying that these families were it was all, fake media.
But the point is
scare tactics.
He gave his opinion. Nobody should get sued over an opinion.
Well, it happens all the time, especially if you're news, right? If you're a news outlet, if you say hey, I represent the news.
Yeah, but
right?
he's
I'm
a content
media outlet that
creator.
represents the news. But
All he has to
then
say
we're
is
just
he's
going to
playing
say
a
all
character.
news is content creator.
No, he's
not.
not.
He's
No,
playing himself.
that's
He's
wrong
not playing
though.
a character.
No,
Alex
that's
Jones
wrong
is
though.
not a character.
Yeah, but that's
who he
wrong.
is.
He's a content creator. It's just like Andrew Tate. You can say that's himself.
Right.
It doesn't matter. All his defense has to be is, I'm playing a character for YouTube and entertainment. Boom, case closed. Simple. And it's like they asked him a question in court because he's going to court now for it. They said, he's like, so all the things you believe, all the things you said. He's like, what? That Clintons are pedos and they're doing a big circuit, underground thing, and with all the kids and all that. He's like, yeah, I believe all that stuff. He's like, of course. Well, he's like, why would they question him about that if they're doing? They can't just put it all together. It's BS, man. It's BS.
Okay, well let's frame it in a different kind of perspective then. If you were just to say that the Holocaust was fake and it was all a conspiracy and inside job.
I believe that though. I believe that it's not as big as it
was. That's a different conversation, but it's along that line, right? Where it's like you're saying that like something.
No, what he's saying is it didn't happen how they told you, how they're telling you it happened.
Right.
There's obviously like same with the Holocaust. There's you think all that happened? Facebook and Instagram.
Well, yeah, we have
because he's spitting out facts. There we go, buddy.
We have like sites. We have like we have Auschwitz. We have examples of dead bodies. Like, hey,
we have examples, dude. I don't know, man. It's like I don't know if
we have a lot of records of like people just getting wiped off the face of the earth.
Do we not? Then how come Operation Paperclip happened? How come a bunch of other things happened where they brought him and they made NASA? If it was so serious,
so yeah, no, that all progressed a lot later, right? So that was from the 40s to the 60s.
How do you explain them
Different
running
generation.
the media? And how many movies have we seen about that same topic throughout the years? There's millions of movies about that. There's no movies about other wars, just that one, because that's the money maker. They know how to promote that one, and that's how I feel about that. And so they make a lot of the stuff up, especially when they like. There's a bunch of different ones. Like I just watched a documentary on Ivan the Terrible. They put this Ukrainian guy in jail, and he got out because he wasn't guilty. But the way they went to court, they made all this stuff up, and they're telling it in front of the. Hold on, my paddleboard's here. Yes, thank you. It's like, man, geez, just put it down. Just put it down. I told you just leave it in front of my house. That's all you got to do. Just leave it, man. But it's like, so this Ivan the Terrible guy, they said he was the guy that pressed the button or whatever in the gas chambers, right? But there was no records of it. They lied. They had fake German passports of this guy. They just put a picture on it. They found out all this stuff was fake, but they brought him all the way back to Israel to put him in front of a jury. And of course, all these guys they want somebody to pay for it no matter what. So if it's right, at least they feel a little bit better. They got this guy that was so senile, he couldn't even remember his kids' names. But they said, yes, I remember you from 70 years ago. It's like, wait a minute. Like, you can't even say your kid's name. So a lot of it's fabricated for sure. Just especially like that kind of stuff. You can't put a guy on stand that can't remember his kids or how to spell his name, but he can remember that 70 years ago. A guy that he kind of seen. It's kind of weird, That's that. All I'm saying is it happened for sure. It happened.
Yeah.
But did it happen the way that no story in history has ever been true? So why do we believe everything that on this side, but not the other side? Right. You think everything was terrible? You don't think?
Sounds like the Golden State Killer, right? That's almost the same kind of story, right? He went on a rampage throughout the 70s, throughout the 80s, and then once the 90s hit, like he started to see like, oh shit, there's like forensic, there's like a lot of technology now, like they can like fingerprints, computers, right? He went from an era where it's like, oh, I can kill people, where there's just all paper record of everything, there's no digital archive, to like really a take.
Colin's gone, bro. He's up in the top corner. Yeah.
R.I.P. Colin, everyone, click like and subscribe.
Yeah, get that guy. No, but So who's the Golden State
So
Warrior?
the Golden
Oh,
State
that's
Killer, man, he went on a
okay.
rampage here
I
in
thought you were talking about
California,
Steph Curry. Yeah,
and then they caught him in his old years. Like
yeah,
he's an old man, like but then again, he kind of put on the act, right? When they caught him, he was acting old, right?
yeah,
But this guy lived right down the street from my buddy growing up, and
yeah.
he's like, "Damn, I
Damn,
remember knocking on his door, trick or treating. I
damn.
know this guy."
Yeah,
And how they caught him
yeah,
was through like 23andMe, right? His relative
yeah,
submitted, "Hey, I want to see my ancestry," right?
yeah.
And connected the match of a DNA back to him, and was like, "Whoa, uh, this is a match of a cold case, right?" And that's crazy. That's
Damn,
like just think of that, like your own family
that's
puts you
crazy,
up,
man. Yo,
right?
I mean,
So
it's
you can
crazy.
that's crazier than saying, "Hey, I remember you from 75 years ago."
Yeah, but is it though? It's like
It's
I
almost
remember.
is it almost the same thing? Is it almost the same
Yeah,
thing?
it's like, dude, they
Is it
put a
almost the same
scene
thing?
a guy that can't spell his name to be like, yeah, I remember you, and
But then
that's
look
what
up,
made
yeah,
him
but it
guilty.
happens. You know what? It happens
It's
all the
crazy.
fucking time.
Or like those kids that went to court. They're from America too. They murdered their family or something, but they didn't. They were laughing in court. The Menendez brothers or something,
Yeah. Oh, dude.
and they
See,
apparently they never
what?
did it.
And what's up with the glamour and the allure of
Yeah.
like these killers, dude?
Yeah, it's like all women secretly want to be murdered or something, or just have
Yeah.
no control at all and just be overpowered by some raging man. I don't know. It's crazy, man.
No, I guarantee you, if we go to Facebook right now and we just type in like
Yeah.
Discovery Channel Murder Mystery Club, something will be there, and there's gonna be 300 something single Karens that
Well,
watch nothing but these nothing. They talk about nothing but these killer shows, and that's all they watch.
let me tell you a crazy story. Actually, from my Hamilton, from my city of Hamilton.
Yeah.
I used to hang out at this bar called West Town. I used to have drinks with this guy named Gordon Lewis. He used to be a lead guitarist for Teenage Head, which is like a local famous, one of the most famous rock bands. Well, they're punk actually, punk bands from Hamilton that ever came out. They're famous, in Canada. And so these guys, so this guy used to drink with me. Me and him used to enjoy a pint of Stella all the time. Nice in the nice big cups, the chalices or whatever they come in. The nice ones.
Like the
Stella.
big one. Yeah, the
Yeah,
big one.
yeah, yeah. And me and him used to drink all the time. His son, Jonathan Lewis, actually just went to jail for murdering him the other day.
You're kidding.
Yeah. So it's like
R.I.P. homie.
R.I.P. to Big Gordon, man. This guy,
Man.
he was a legend too. The nicest guy. Maybe he wasn't a nice family guy. I don't know, but to me, he was nice, and I couldn't believe it. Like his own son killed him. I'm,
Yeah, this
it's
is nuts.
crazy.
And do you think it was this bad where it was like kids getting just like going crazy and like killing
Yeah,
families? Was it like, has it been like this forever, or is it like,
can't be.
has there been like a spike? No, I look back and it's like there's no more like orphanages, right?
Yeah,
There's no more like loony bins and the
yeah,
things that used to
nothing.
kind of keep us intact, right? Remember, if you were acting crazy
Yeah,
out in public,
you
a
get straight
van, a
up.
van, a
Hey,
van, a van would pull up. A couple of guys in white suits would pop like, "Hey, come here, buddy. Just take it
like a
easy." And
puppy.
they'd hit you with the
Yeah,
blow dart in the neck, and then
MK
they throw you in
Ultra.
the van. And then before you know it, you're scheduled for a neural lobotomy next week. I
Yeah,
feel like that
dude.
we, we used to.
I watched the interview with the schizophrenic from
Yeah,
like the 50s. It's wild. It's like this guy was schizophrenic, but they're acting like he was like a murderer already. You know what I mean? That was like in the 1950s. But like, let's read what Davis has to say here. Look how many women love Paul Bernardo. It's true. Paul. Oh, do you know Paul Bernardo?
the Canadian serial killer.
Yeah, look him up. If you don't know him, Carla Homolka and Paul
I'm gonna
Bernardo.
do a little review from Wikipedia. Paul Kenneth Bernardo, born August 27th, 1964,
St.
also known
Catharines,
as the
Ontario.
Scarborough Rapist
Yeah.
and the
Oh, dude.
Schoolgirl Killer, is a Canadian
Yes.
serial killer and serial rapist. He is known for initially
Dang.
committing a serial rapes in Scarborough, Ontario, and the suburb of Toronto between 87 and 90. before
St.
subsequently
Catherine's, I
committing
think.
3 murders with his then wife, Carla
Carla Homolka.
Homka. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Among these victims was her young sister.
Yes.
After this capture and conviction, Bernardo was sentenced to life imprisonment and never will be released from prison.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see.
That he's from St. Catherine's, which is like 15 minutes
Holy
from my house.
shit, dude. So there's 9, 10, 11. Just 19 recorded cases of sexual assaults, but that's probably just the tip of the iceberg. This guy probably has
for what he got caught.
Hundreds, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Hundreds, dude.
It's crazy, man. It's actually
Look at
crazy.
that. So it's from 1990, the police submitted more than 130 suspects for sampling for DNA. And then ultimately DNA was kind of what tied everything together. Wow.
Yeah. You know what's even crazier? How about we'll take it back to America now?
Yeah.
How about this? Ben Franklin, he had they found a whole bunch of bodies in his basement. Isn't that crazy? Because they said that he was doing experiments on them, on the dead, like he used to buy them, the dead bodies.
I believe that. I totally believe that was like, dude, that was well,
just
like,
having like
think about that. The
1700s,
they used to think that bloodletting would save you. Like,
it's crazy.
The medical, like the human body, like they didn't know what organs did back in 1751, right? They didn't know the function of your liver or how that worked. They thought that your hair grew from your tip of your hair, kind of shit. Like these people are. So that's why, like, I totally believe it. Like they hack apart bodies.
But you don't think there's any chance that he had some of them alive, like the ones that were considered crazy?
Possibly.
For sure.
Dude, he was wait a second. It says here he initially owned slaves, but later in on life he became an abolitionist. So there's a possibility that they were his slaves.
Damn, Ben Franklin. What's up with this guy, eh? That's American history though. They have lots of dark stuff, eh?
Well, dude, I mean, think about it. I was just thinking about that the other day. Like back in the 1500s to 1800s, if you got a splinter, you would die. Like you were not living past 30 at all.
It's crazy.
No,
it's crazy. But yeah, like 1500s. Yeah, like because it's crazy. I was just walking by a cemetery here, and there's like these people from like 1809 to like 1920. I was like, damn, that guy lived a good life in the 1800s. That's crazy to me. Like when I look at the ones that lived like 90 to 100 years in the 1800s, I'm like, that's crazy. In my head, I always think that's impossible back then. But like,
you live in a blue zone, so the blue anywhere in like a blue zone, which is like Mediterranean, some places in like South America, those are the oldest living people on Earth. So I guarantee you that's why it was their diet, right? They're like,
they're just like
they're picking olives off the tree. They're just like scooping fish out of the ocean.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do they eat a lot of pork out there?
Oh yeah, we're pork heavy out here, bud. You go to Bosnia, zero pork.
Zero pork. Well, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah. But I want to tell you another crazy story. So here, let me see this. So the hospital that Enzo was born at is under investigation. It's in Cordoba Capital in Cordoba, Argentina, for killing babies. It's called Natale Hospital, Neonatale Hospital. So they just the nurse or whoever was just sticking babies with these needles that gave the babies heart attacks, and it's like under investigation heavy. So that's just the last few months. So Enzo could have been there. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy to me, man. Like we're watching on the news and we couldn't believe it. We're like, wow,
it was around the same time.
Yeah, it's crazy. They don't know how long they've been doing it.
She was off. She was like when you were there, her shift wasn't on.
No, I guess she gave some. Yeah, she gave some babies a pass, probably. She's like, "Oh, that's baby's okay.
She's so cute. She's so
cute." But this
ugly
one,
baby.
To me, it's absolutely nuts. I was just like,
"No, it's awful.
It's awful. Like, it's like, what? How? You have to be a rancid ass person to do that kind of stuff. Like, how are you doing that? Like, I don't get it. I don't get how people can be that evil.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's insane. But I mean, it's crazy. Argentina, you wouldn't even expect that to be there because
I
like those
know.
people are pretty friendly. You
They
know,
don't do anything.
they don't do anything like that. Yeah, that kind of shit doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
What
What
like I
else we
wonder how
got?
many mental health workers they got out there in
Oh,
Cordoba.
actually, I'll tell you this: in Cordoba and Argentina as a whole, they actually are huge into therapists. So almost
Really?
everybody has a therapist. Like that's like a big thing there. Everybody has a therapist. Like my wife, she talks to a therapist every week still, and
Damn,
they
I, I think I need to do that. I mean, this is kind of my therapy right here.
yeah, you know what? It's good to talk about everything. I get it, but
Yeah.
it's like when I tell her things, and then she asks her therapist because I know she has her meetings, and I tell her everything, and then she's like, "I'm like, what did your therapist say about that?" She's like, "Oh, she agreed with you." I'm like, "Yes."
You're slipping her some bucks under the table to make her agree with you.
It's crazy, man. But
Thanks.
yeah, therapists are heavy
Same
there.
time next week.
Yeah, it's the same time they see. Yeah, just keep telling her I'm right.
Yeah, just keep telling her. Thank you. It's really
No, but
working out today. There was no fights
ser-
this week.
seriously, her friend's a therapist and she has a therapist.
Yeah.
Therapist has a therapist, and they all have therapists. It's
Therapist of a
crazy.
therapist.
Yeah,
Who's
and
married to a therapist.
they're like, "You want to talk to somebody?" I'm like, "Me?" I'm like, "Nah, man. No, I'm good." They're
I'm
like,
good.
"Seriously?" I'm like, "No, I already did all that
I don't want
therapy
to
stuff."
ruin. I don't want to ruin it for them.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't want to make them. They'll lose their mind if they talk to me. These therapists.
Right.
I don't know. I wonder what they'd say to me, like, because I'm so. I would just say everything that's crazy. Probably, I wouldn't really take it serious at first, you know. And
Yeah, it's
I
funny. It's
wonder
like
how that
we're all
works.
human beings. I guarantee you, they're just judging the shit out of you, but they're just
Yeah,
kind of giving you like the textbook answer of like, oh, so
yeah.
you're
How does
saying
that
you feel
work?
this. So what I'm hearing is this,
Yeah,
and it's just like okay,
it's like, dude, you're hearing that
the
shit wrong,
baseline for
bro.
every conversation, but inside it's like this guy's fucking nuts.
This guy's nuts. Yeah. Listen to this, how this guy talks. Like, that's what they'll say to me. Damn. I'll tell you about this other thing. Well, so the Japanese, there's 1,000 Japanese soldiers eaten by saltwater crocodiles in World War II.
Yep.
That's the type of shit that I like, you know. As allies pressed them back and made them retreat, the Crocs ate the Japanese soldiers in 2 days.
Yeah, they
Those
had
kind
him
of
pinned.
stories. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and they were hearing it the whole time. They were like, "What's going on?" Like they didn't know because they're like the Crocs are just camo, like you can't
Yeah,
see them,
they had
and they
another
just
teammate and they didn't even know.
slowly ate everybody apart, dude.
So they
Because they
won
had
that
the way
battle.
they had them pinned. Yeah, the way that they had them pinned in this in this marsh was just
Yeah,
like they're retreating and it just like right into Crocs,
yeah.
surrounded by Crocs every direction that you go.
Like
But not
that
only
kind
that,
of
but
stuff.
war attracts people. Like that's crazy to think that like the Crocs didn't even give a fuck about like the gunshots, explosions. They
Yeah.
smell blood and they see bodies and they're like, "Hey, we're here to eat, dude."
Oh,
Like
dude, they're underwater. They ain't worried about no
they
guns.
ain't worried. Like
Huh.
they're dinosaurs. Those are dinosaurs, motherfucker.
Yeah. It's like so like wars. That's my whole thing with war stories. It's like, how do we know all this stuff's true? Just by some guy that told us?
Well, Hitler tried to
Like, let's put
recreate
it this way.
dinosaurs, dude. He wanted to put dinosaurs on the battlefield.
But let's just say this. People don't believe Ukraine and fucking Russia war. How are we supposed to believe? But they believe all the America won and all this stuff back then. It's like like mostly the people are saying that who don't believe it are like American conspiracy theorists,
Well,
basically.
I don't think that war. I don't think anyone's winning that war right now. And that
No,
we're like
no,
we're seeing.
they're saying it's not real. Basically, like it's not
Oh,
serious.
oh, it's 100% real.
Yeah,
100%
it's
real.
like, dude,
And
there's yeah,
I don't think anybody's winning right now because like what we're seeing is like a huge. It's just a proxy war between two different powers, right? You have
yeah,
Russia and their friends, and then you have the U.S. and our friends, which we kind of outnumber them, but
yeah,
we don't want to get into a position where it's like, okay, great, now we have to like go send out 200,000 troops out there because Russia
yeah,
decided to go take over Poland, right?
yeah.
But
It's
now
weird.
it's just kind of like, hey, let's just send them billions of dollars. Let's send
But
Ukraine let's send them equipment, let's send them money, and then we just
that's
kind of keep inflating. And then not only that, but like let's send them volunteers. So
no,
it's
but
like how long?
that's what I was because this Harold Balder was saying like the Harold Balder saying, oh well, America is doing good. They're helping them. It's like, well, they're just giving them money. If they really were helping them, they'd stop it with their
Well,
army.
how good are they really doing? I just saw a report because like I'm following a lot of guys that are like European journalists that are out there that are
A
friends with
while and
people that are there, right? They
yeah,
just had a Ukrainian general literally just like he was like, "Hey, look, we need help. Like
yeah,
we're navigating with iPhones. We're sending them billions of dollars. How are they getting it? Like we're not giving them the right kind of help. Like we just like, hey, we're fueling the
yeah,
fire.
yeah. What are
And
they
then
gonna
who's
do with the
pocketing that?
money?
Who's pocketing that money? Right, exactly. That there's a disconnect. It's not getting to everybody. And then you got somebody who gets fired because he's like, hey,
Yeah,
we need help. We are using iPhones over here to navigate,
dude.
and
If
everybody
America
feels like
was helping,
cannon
they'd put
fodder.
their army there. That's
Yeah,
all.
not only that, but like over there, they're feeling like cannon fodder. They're just like, dude,
Yeah.
we're just here for
Don't
political pawn kind of shit.
don't you feel like when America helps out and gets involved with their army or military, it's like it's their fault, and if they don't, it's their fault. Don't you feel like
It
that
won't just
kind
be
of?
America. It's gonna drag in all the other allies too. It'll be
Yeah,
Canada. It'll be all like UK. It'll be everybody else that comes rushing to aid there. It's like, okay, well, great. If they're there, we got to be there too,
yeah,
right? It's not just gonna be the U.S. It's gonna be fucking everybody.
yeah. But it's kind of crazy. It's like because America is like the peacekeepers. If you look back in history with the Afghanistan, Iraq, Croatia, the Yugoslavia one, America almost got blamed for interfering with all of them, and it's their fault. You always hear it's their fault that they were involved. They made it worse, and it's like, well, they did help out. I mean, they probably did steal oil from a few countries, but at most of it, and like Afghanistan was like a huge mess up by Joe Biden. Like he left them all the equipment. I mean, I guess they had to get out, but
Hmm.
I don't know. What
Yeah,
do
I
you
wish
think
we
of
could
that?
pull up. I wish we could pull up some footage of that where guys are like trying to get off base, and
Yeah,
they're all like in a Humvee and they're lined up and they're looking over and they're like, holy shit, are those people falling off the helicopter? And they
yeah,
start panicking. They're like, open the gate, get, and they're like fucking panicking, right? And they're just like,
yeah.
this guy's on his gunner, just like ready to go, dude. It's just like,
Yeah.
man, imagine being there when shit hit the fan. But it's
Oh,
also fucked
dude,
up because we lost like, dude, there was like,
a
if you
lot
kind
of
of saw
people
like,
probably got.
yeah, if you saw the way that it was, there was like a line of people, congestion, trying
Yes,
to
I
get
seen
through,
it.
trying to leave, and then, hey, let's just fuck them
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Hey,
We gotta go.
let's do our thing. Let's be
Why?
savages.
How does it come down to that though? It's crazy.
Right. It's just
Like
it's
before they withdraw, don't you think they'd make sure people are safe and the animals and everything that they brought over, the equipment, everything was kind of secure and safe? Or they're just like, nah, screw it, we got to go. Whoever gets out is lucky ones. Whoever doesn't, sorry about your luck. I don't know, it's crazy.
they're just like, you're on your own. Get out of there.
It's like, dude, you missed the plane. Sorry, man, you were 5 minutes too late.
Yeah, but
It's crazy.
that's actually happened. Like people got stuck out there,
Yeah. Oh, and they're
and
probably
I
no
think there are
more.
people that are still stuck out there right now.
Do you think they're stuck, or do you think they're dead, or do you think they're slaves, or what?
Or just I feel like they're in a spot where they're like, I can't get to a car, I can't get
Yeah.
past the border, I'm stuck in this hut, and
Damn.
I can't get through to anybody. Like
I
that
would
kind of stuck.
I would just bury myself in the sand and just die.
Yeah,
Screw
there
it.
we go. There you go.
There. Well, what are you gonna do if you get caught by these guys? They're not gonna be nice. They're not gonna be. Oh, you're lost, are you? Here, let me help you out.
Oh, but
It'd be
would you just go
awful.
walk out into the desert and just let the desert take you? That'd be the
Yeah, I'd
worst
just
way
be
to
like,
go.
I belong to the desert. That's what I'd say. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be super weird. It'd be a scary moment.
Yeah, I
Like
think we just need to like, you
I
know,
never.
n-
Yeah.
dump that whole country with like psychedelic drugs.
Yeah. Well, they have them all. They have them all. Like,
Oh,
why
they
can't
do. They have a lot of opium. Like we need to
Yeah.
drop like something on there.
Yeah, they make
I don't
hash and
know.
yeah, they make hash and everything with
But
opium.
it's hard to forget like how like barbaric and how like primitive some people are in different parts of the world.
Well, it's crazy. No, when push comes to shove, I think every country gets like that in a way. You know what I mean? It's like you don't like even here. Like when I live here, I can't believe that the things that happened here in the '90s. It's just like the people are so peaceful and stuff. It's just like, but when push comes to shove, you hear all the like when you watch the stories. Like I watched some documentaries and this Croatian movie. Actually, I think it was Bosnian, and the way they treated each other. And I watched clips of this town called Vukovar, and it's like the way they treated each other in the army, like I, it's awful. Like it's they're openly saying, like their military openly saying what they're gonna do when they catch people, and they do it. They're like, yeah, we just did this and that. It's just like it's it's like wow, that's
Well,
wow.
and then when we look, even when we look back at like World War II, you know who won World War II? The Russians. The U.S.
Yeah,
was literally just kind of following them behind,
yeah,
and like when we found Hitler, it was literally like the Russians were the first
yeah,
ones there, and then we came through after, and we were like, and they're like, it was like if you read the account of like actually like play by play of how like we stumbled onto like Hitler's burnt body, it
yeah,
almost kind of seemed like it seemed so fishy at the time because
yeah.
we were there to just see what the Russians discovered, right? We walked in, they were already there, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
And
if you look at the real story of that, the Canadians actually helped
well, of
America
course.
penetrate, and it's
Well,
like
yeah,
the
no, the
Canadians
Russians were.
never get talked about.
Well,
You
no,
know?
no, you're right, you're right. But
Yeah,
and this never gets talked about too. But like General Patton even said, he's like, once this is over, we need to go through and we need to we need to do the Russians. We need to go to war with Russia now because he saw how just brutal they were. Like we were
yeah,
going through, we were like they were kind of like they were the front line, and we were
yeah,
pushing back like everything that we were just behind Russia, and we were seeing some of the atrocities that they did. They were just as bad as the damn Germans
yeah.
when it came through to like
Well,
like
it's evident.
significance of life kind of thing. They didn't fucking
Yeah.
care, and we were going through and we were seeing that. Even General Patton was
Well,
like, "We
look
need to
what
go
Russia.
after these guys right after this."
Yeah, like after that, look, he was right because look at what Russia did to their own people. Look what Russia did to Poland. They
Hmm.
basically took all. Poland's the only country that got completely taken over and then got their own country back again. Like there's no Poland for a couple of years or whatever, months or whatever it was, and and then they got their country back and they built it all back up. If you look at the map of Poland, like the history of the map of Poland, it was big and then it goes to nothing and then it comes back a little bit. It's crazy. Like they put a massacre, like a genocide basically on them, Ukraine's, everything. So it's like throughout
Yeah.
history, it's crazy. Hey fellas, where's Colin? I don't know. I think he's in a shoebox in the closet.
Click like, subscribe.
Yeah. Click Colin's face.
Click Colin's face to like and
you might-
subscribe to the JoeMar Show.
Yeah, R.I.P. No, he's not dead. He's just no longer with us.
He's doing his own thing. He's working on himself, right?
Yeah, he went to the Betty Ford clinic. That's what I heard. Out in Cali. I think that's in Cali, you know?
Oh, he's looking for me.
Yeah, but I don't know. The war is always crazy. There's obviously really no winners, but I can't really say that either because when countries are trying to separate themselves from a power, they win if they do it, if they succeed. Like,
Was there ever a war where they came back and they're like, "Hey, we won. We won." Like, has that ever happened?
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, because if you look at all the
lose.
if you look at all the wars that Russia were in, they've lost every war almost.
Right.
But it's like they're this big bad country. Are they though? Yeah. Are they? The same with Germany. The only two world wars were caused by Germany, and they lost both of them. And now they're funding Russia. So are they going to be the cause of a third one? I don't know yet. That's crazy.
Right. And if you look at like what some of the local really local Russian people are just like, they're all about it. They're all about Putin.
Oh, they
They're
love
all
it.
about this war. They're all about the Russian propaganda, and they are what they're just eat, sleep, and drink Russian
Dude,
media.
they're
Like even here, like I
yeah.
don't even watch the U.S. media. I watch like I'll watch BBC Online and I'll watch Sky News occasionally. And Sky,
Yeah,
guess who owns Sky News? The Middle East,
yeah,
right? But it's actually kind of cool to see like what's going on in Britain. Like we
yeah.
got Boris Johnson just resigned, right? And now they're about to vote on a new prime minister and shit. Like
Yeah,
like no one's talking about that here. No one gives a fuck. But it's like okay, it's kind of cool to see what's happening
well,
over there.
I'll tell you this: America is like, no offense to Americans, but
But hey, we're
they
pretty
just
dumb.
no, they think like the whole world is just like so small compared to what America is. They're like, like
Dude,
you
we
nutty.
thought it was the end of the world in 1999. We thought Y2K, like the computers were gonna shut down, like
Oh,
it
dude,
was gonna reset. Like,
yeah,
dude, we
all the zeros, yeah,
all the
like there's too many
zeros
zeros, yeah,
and
there's
the
too many
nuclear
zeros.
the missiles are gonna just launch off. It's gonna be what is it, Dynanet from fucking
Yeah, it's crazy.
Terminator.
Oh man, you
Yeah,
know how
it's
many?
like
That's what I think.
that's the kind of shit that like that is us. Like that is
Well,
the stuff we worry about.
that's what I think Alex Jones is saying. Like, how can you believe they've lied to you so many times? So you can't. How can you give somebody trouble for not believing every? Like, I don't believe in anything that comes out of the American media. I don't care if it's good, bad, whatever. I just when you see it, you're like, oh man, here they go again. It's entertaining. I love it, but it's like, dude, it like look at the president right now. It just shows you that it doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't matter. It's just a guy. It's a puppet. It's just a guy. Like he can't even. This guy is so like this guy's not gonna live for much longer, and it's like it's pretty clear. And it's
Oh,
like
for sure.
he's senile.
It is
You
the
know?
world's greatest show on earth that we're watching.
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
all it
That's
is.
why I don't believe
The
anything.
world is a stage. Do you remember watching Zeitgeist?
Yeah,
Remember it was like the world is a stage, right? And
yeah.
it was that was all like post 9/11, the heat of the Iraq
so
war.
with the Alex Jones thing, what do you think? Okay, so what's your thoughts on the Sandy Hook stuff then?
Like look, dude, like if it really happened, and if the way that you said some things and completely said like, hey, these are false flag actors.
Yeah.
These children did not get killed,
So
right? Like
yeah,
you're actually saying that this really did happen, right? And my
yeah.
dad actually, when I was a kid, I was so into
So
Infowars at the
you
time.
don't
I
think that
believed it. No, I was on board back in
so
the day when
you
he
don't
was
think
doing this.
there's any way that a government could set stuff up like this all the time to keep people afraid?
No, dude, because this shit happens
You
all
don't
the
think
time
so?
in America. No, this shit is happening all the time in America, right? It first started with Columbine, and then there's just in
But
this
it
past
works.
year, we've had a lot of just school
But
shooting. Like kids are
who's
just going to school and shooting.
who's getting paid for all these stories being put out there?
No one's getting paid for it,
Oh,
dude.
dude, come on,
It's just mental illness, bro. If you think that someone's really getting paid for this, no,
dude.
no
You
one's
don't
getting
think
paid for this. Who's
you don't
getting paid
think
is the media
no you
outlets, is
no
because
hold on
they
yeah
get to
well
broadcast it.
there you go
Well, yeah,
there you go
and that
there
kind of
you go.
goes full circle back to what we were talking about earlier about like the romanticism of
No, but there you
serial
go.
killers, right?
But that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
People get paid off big headlines.
Oh, of course, the media. Yeah, I know the media is getting paid, but
Yeah. No,
not like the family, not the victims, not the actual
obviously not.
suspect,
But
right?
no,
Yeah,
the media.
exactly.
And who do you think yeah, nobody's talking about the people aren't the
I'm
concern.
sorry.
What
That was the first thing I thought when you said that. So I was thinking, oh
yeah,
yeah,
people
no one
yeah,
benefits from this but the media, of course. Yeah.
yeah, so there you go. So that's my point. Exactly what Alex Jones is saying. There's always somebody and it's never the people that get paid off it. It's somebody like the media, which is
Yeah.
owned by who? You know what I mean?
But
It's
he's in hot shit because of specific things that he said, and then not only that, but his lawyers. If you look back at the whole story in the case,
yeah.
his lawyers are the ones that really got him in trouble because they sent over text messages and documents that they had over to the defendant's lawyers on
They
accident
have to.
and
Yeah.
completely no this was it was an accidental like send. Like it was like, oh, we're sending you everything that we have on
Was
the
it?
case.
It's
No,
like,
it was,
was it?
but no, not only that, but I think the lawyer probably had it out against him, right? And then it was like a like a sabotage kind of thing. Who knows? Maybe it could have been like that. But
Dude,
yeah,
no, it's like
if you
this.
look at the case, there's a lot of things where it's like, okay, yeah, you did fuck up,
Okay, no,
and
but when
and it
when
makes
you're
sense
when you're in
why
the
it's
media,
happening.
when you're like Alex Jones, and he's been right on a lot of things. You're never always 100% right.
But
That's just the way
he's
life
been
is.
so wrong on a lot of things too. And he does say, yeah, he actually does go through and say, yeah, I was wrong. And, there, got to give it to him for dudes, going
Yeah,
that route.
but the reason why he's saying the wrong things is because it's hard for like anybody should never believe anything they see, especially in American media. Is my point. So so him being wrong is just like, oh well, he just questioned it. Like so, it's like basically saying you can't question things, and I don't know. I just don't agree with it. I think it's absolutely
well, he
nuts.
found a niche, right? Like he found a niche that tailored to a certain group of people, and he's like, hey, I can make a shit ton of money with this, with selling his products, selling his supplements.
I don't know.
It wasn't just like, hey, no, we are defending
Nah,
the information
I
of
don't
the
believe
world.
that either.
Buy
I
my
don't believe that.
products. And it was
I don't
like,
believe.
he was making, look how much
Yeah,
money he
I
was
don't believe
making
that
in
either.
one day
Because
in the height of it.
look at Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan and Alex Jones are 1-1, but Joe Rogan's a big time guy now, and he knows that he can't speak his mind
They're
anymore.
not one-on-one. They're just friends. I'd say
No,
they're friends, but they're not
I would say
they're not
no.
one of one.
No,
No.
not 1-1. I said that they're basically the same. They agree a lot, but Joe Rogan pulled back a lot of his stuff. He
I think
even
that
pulled back.
he calls him out on a lot of his shit though too.
No, but he
If you
pulls
go back
back.
and watch that
No,
with
dude,
Eddie Bravo and him and
no,
their
no,
yeah,
no,
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 yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. I'm telling you, listen for a second. It's
I've
saying,
watched it all. I've
no,
listened to it.
I'm telling you to listen for a second before
I
you
don't
see
know,
it.
man, because I feel like I've been watching
No,
Alex
like
Jones
actually
since like the
listen.
beginning of time.
Actually listen though. Like
Okay.
it's like this guy Joe Rogan pulled back because he's not just a conspiracy theorist podcast, and he has to watch what he says. It's a fact. He knows that he like when he brought out Alex Jones onto his podcast after Alex Jones was banished from all the TV and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, you can't come on here." He's like, "Okay, I'll bring you on." There's a huge cut in the middle of it because Joe Rogan had to cut a lot of the stuff he says. So he knows the difference between now he knows like Joe Rogan knows that he can't say or tell people what he actually thinks anymore, even though he plays it off like he still does. And he took back a lot of stuff. He's kind of talking about aliens again, but he still doesn't believe in anything. Like he always says like, "Oh, it's not real," because he knows that he's Joe Rogan now. So and Alex Jones doesn't know that. So you got to kind of be within the guidelines. And the guidelines is what I'm saying are trash. If you're a creator, a content creator, just like Andrew Tate, it's like, how can you tell me what to create? It's not like he's holding a knife to these guys' head and say, believe me. It's not like it's a church or a religion that he turned it into. It's not that. It's not that. It's far from that. It's people that are watching it that take it way too serious.
And that is the church and the religion of it, though. The guys that take it way too far.
That's what's wrong with America.
But exactly right. Look what just happened after the FBI.
No, America's a crazy place. Then
the people that right after the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago, within a week of that, some guy walked into an FBI building and got shot and killed. He had a gun. He was going to go in there and kill folks, right? And that guarantee you, that is the kind of guy who is so brainwashed from the kind of shit that Alex Jones.
Okay, on the other hand, then let's talk about all the government and stuff that says the exact.
Well, no,
opposite.
like I was saying, like he had like Alex has a niche to a group of people that he's literally, it's just to a certain demographic of people.
What do you think Donald Trump has the exact same way then?
I don't think it was like that at first, and it turned into it though. It did turn into it though, for sure. But at first,
but that's BS. Like that's the same kind of BS that I'm saying. It's like you're saying that he has this Charles Manson brainwash thing that makes him kill people without telling him to kill people. It's like,
no, he's just influencing. He's just giving them so much shit.
Well, then you got to give. Then you'd be on the same side of the FCC controlling music. Like Marilyn Manson should have been banned because, that's the same. That's the same thing. Eminem murdering people.
No,
it's not.
You could say censor. Sure. It's the same. It's the same concept of censorship, but for a completely different reason.
No, yes, it's not though, because Eminem's telling you to. Eminem's actually saying murder your girlfriend if she cheats on you, basically. So it's the same thing. So you got to, in my head, you got to be kind of special to believe in everything you hear, or you shouldn't be on the internet. The internet's a crazy place. Take your phone away from yourself if you're going to sit there and believe everything. It's like,
And you're just saying, hey, because someone said, hey, go kill someone in a song, makes it, hey, dude, he's telling people to go kill people. And like, go
but
kill your
Eminem's
wife.
romanticizing it. He's telling, it's like his own thoughts. So he's saying the exact same stuff, just like Alex Jones. It's his own thoughts. So his own thoughts are influencing people just the way Eminem's are. It's crazy to me. You can't. It's like where's the line? It's all entertainment. If it's a YouTube video and you're taking it serious, man, you weren't right for the internet in the first place. I don't think. I think.
Well,
it's
either
like
way,
if you
the Supreme Court of Texas, basically said, hey, like you owe us, you owe the family members X amount,
of course,
right?
Of course,
based on
money,
defamation. Yeah. So it did happen, right? This is defamation. This is like, look, it went to court.
That's what I'm saying. It went to court. What does that mean, though? Yeah, what does that mean when the government?
But wouldn't you do that for your family too? Like what if that happened to you, right? Put yourself in one of their shoes.
For one, if that happened, I wouldn't be paying attention to tabloids and the internet. I think I'd be more devastated than being like, oh, that guy's talking about this. No, I would be in my own world, not worrying about that. Just like being you're not going to sit there and watch everything bad. I don't get that. I don't get that.
Yeah,
it's like
either way,
the people at Charleston, whatever the church that got shot. I think it was Charleston. I'm not sure. Like when people come out and speak against that or whatever, you think those families are actually sitting there? I think you're in your own world. You wouldn't be. You'd be worried about what people are saying, or would you be in your own world if that happened to you?
I think it until it happens to you, you don't know how you're going to react. And I think, a lot of times we're to be like, hey, I need to go out and I need to tell the world how I feel. And, this needs to stop kind of thing. That happens, right? That's usually the effect that you get.
But it's like this. At the same time, it's like that whole town, and it's crazy that they're in tune with Alex Jones. I don't know. And that's the problem. I watch Alex Jones because he's a character. And that's all he is to me, as a character.
This piggybacks off of, hey, just the same thing as like your family gets killed while you're away, and then a couple of years later you see it on your Ring on a snuff video on the dark web, where it's like you're watching your family being killed, and then that makes you go crazy. That's the mental whirlwind of that's like, it's the kind of triggering that makes you go crazy.
That's a little different. No, I think that's a little different than hearing some guys not believe that it was real.
No, it makes your family was just murdered, right? So it makes you go crazy, kind of thing. So why wouldn't you that then?
But the guy's still living his life, normal. It's like, but it's like when the guy watches his own family, it's like you're watching your own family get murdered. You know what I mean? Like for the first time.
If that ever happens, you might want to do something about it, though. And it's different when it's publicized, like, with like a kid.
Like, but it's a little different than watching your family get murdered when you were a kid. It's like you're watching them getting tied up in their throats slashed.
Well, I mean, like looking back at, like, if you look back at the live coverage when like these school shootings happen. Think about like your kids there at school. You're watching
every naysayer against the World War II. Every naysayer that says stuff didn't happen in history, and if it turned out to be true, oh, you should be ostracized for it because you didn't believe all that bad stuff that happened. So you're saying that?
Yeah, you're just denying that it's something that did happen. I mean, it's kind of stupid that to deny something.
No,
did really happen.
But there's no facts because everything in history has almost all been lies. So it's like it's never been 100% true, and no matter how you look at it, because there's always different parts of the story. Like you see it through the one guy's eyes. That's it. That whoever's telling the story. But like my life, me and my friends grew up together. My life and hanging out with my friends will be a different story from their story. Their story about us hanging out all the time will be way different. If they told our life story as hanging out as kids, theirs would be way different than mine. You know what I mean? So it's like that's the same thing. It's like these guys, they all have different stories. So we're just listening to the one guy's point of view, which can be kind of taken any way. That's how I feel. Especially like for instance, the Purple Heart in war. It's like the one of the highest whatever, right? And it's like, do we really
Medal
know
of
that
Honor.
guy? Yeah, well, Medal of Honors. Do we really know that that guy deserved that, or is he just a guy that just lived through it? You know?
No. So usually people who do get the Medal of Honor are people who are already dead.
No, I'm talking about the Purple Hearts, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Purple Heart's the guy that lives and has this story, and it's like like what's it, Simpsons? Where what's that guy's name?
Yeah.
Seymour Skinner. He gets the Purple Heart, but he was just cowering in the corner, hiding in the mud all the time, and then he lived. So he got
usually get it when it's like because you're well, my grandpa got a Purple Heart, and he also got a Bronze Star in World War II. He was a bottom gunner on a B bomber, B-17.
But do you think that his story would be different?
Well, no. The reason why you usually get those is because you're surrounded by people who usually see you do an act of valor and be like, "Damn," they'll talk about it. And
yeah, so the same. Usually, your buddy
usually goes up. Yeah, usually we'll go up to like chain of command and be like, "He just fucking saved 10 people." Right? They'll usually talk about what happened in that, and then it'll be like, "Oh my god!" Right? And then usually that.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. It's two guys.
So let me tell you.
I don't believe that happens every single time. I don't believe that. No, I don't believe that.
Listen to this. Listen to this shit. My grandpa in World War II.
So you're saying just because your grandpa
you're not gonna let me fucking tell you?
No, I'm gonna tell you what my point is. One story is gonna make every story believable. That's what you're telling me.
It's one example of hey, this is actually real, right? Okay. So my gramps pulled 2 boys out of a burning plane that crashed. He got a Bronze Star for that, and he burned the shit out of his army. He also got a Purple Heart too at the same time. And it's just because it's like right there, you're in front of people. You get up and you act, right? That's usually why you get a medal in war. Something like that.
I don't know.
It's not all fake.
That's always the case. No.
Well, it is.
It's not always the case. No, it's definitely not always the case. You think
not always the case, but no, it's not always the case.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Hey, you believe it's always the case because you believe one example. It's
one example, and then you can go through and you can read all the other stories about medals that are given out and why they were received.
Yeah, okay, and
witness accounts.
A lot of stories I don't believe, and that's my opinion. But a lot of stories I don't believe.
I got you. I hear you.
Bunjo can't read. I don't believe. I don't believe a lot of stuff in war. Like I just don't believe it. I think there's too much stuff going on for someone to live through it and tell their own story. Especially, like that whole thing when you're with the way you remember stuff isn't really how it happened, just because it was so traumatizing. I believe how has that not affected people's stories from war? That's what I believe. A lot of stuff. I don't know. I especially the people that are like they have problems, PTSD and stuff after it's kind of crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, nowadays everything is all monitored. Like everything is all recorded, and like I was just
those are the real vloggers.
No, I just recently watched like a standoff on like a hill, like a guy who got awarded the Medal of Honor, and it was all recorded from a drone. It was like night vision, and you can see him standing off, and it was like
crazy
just
drone.
because of this one guy held off a whole mountain. The other people were able to escape and live. He died. Yeah. That's the kind of shit where it's like, damn, you deserve that Medal of Honor. Like that's the kind of stuff that really does happen, though. Like you can't dismiss that.
Well, no, I'm sure there's some good stories in everything. I'm saying you can't believe everything just because you have a good example.
Sure, I don't fucking believe everything. Yeah, of course. But when there's witness accounts and there's like actual evidence of like, hey, this shit happened.
Well, the witness could be getting a beside a bomb, and the guy took him away from the getting, you know what I mean, dragged him out of the way, and then all of a sudden this guy saved him, and you know what I mean, but he really didn't. He just came over later and found him. I don't know, stuff like that.
And I don't think it's as dramatic as we think it is in the movies, right? Where it's like the guy's on the back of the shoulders and they're running through the trenches, and it's like it's like it's not like that. It's so quick and just blunt and like it'll be like, oh fuck, did that just happen? It's not gonna be like what we think it's gonna be. It's not like that, because that's why we can't really comprehend it. Because
so you believe every world
have never been to war. Both of us have never been to a position where we need.
No, I would never want
suited up and I'm at war, right? Exactly.
No. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like how can you believe what you believe in and not the other side? It's like you can't believe in any side because you've never been there and you really don't know what it's like, And it's like, just like this one guy was saying, like, he's like a computer kid. He's like, Ukraine, it's their fault. Da, 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 da. He's like, if I had to go to, I'm like, shut up, man. You're not. You would never. You. What do you mean?
Back up right now. I'll bring my shotgun.
He's like, yeah. It's like, dude, come on, man. And I don't know. I just don't believe in it. I don't believe in all the war stuff. World War I stories, World War II stories. A lot of them, even Afghanistan, a lot of them, like that sniper guy, a lot of them turned out to be not so real, especially the movie. I'm talking about movies strictly. A lot of the movies were fabricated.
There's a lot of glamour to it, yeah, for sure.
And not even just fabricated, like straight up lies.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the problem I have, where it's like, that's the influence I'm talking about. They glamorize being a war, being a soldier. If it was
real, it'd be boring. If it was
but they're making, but Alex Jones gets in trouble, but they're saying all these American heroes in the war, and the whole feature film about it, interview with some guys that, you know, it's that kind of stuff. I think a lot of it, that, I don't know. I just think it goes both ways on both sides. Sure, Alex Jones was wrong 50% of the time, and he was right 50% of the time. Government, I don't even know how much
dude,
their percentage is
every
wrong.
Single country makes those, like I'm thinking of like Quentin Tarantino and Inglourious Bastards, when the Nazis were like making that one movie. They have the Nazi movie. Dude, every country has that. India makes those kind of movies. Every fucking place makes those kind of fucking. It's like that everywhere. So you can't just say it's it's not just an America thing.
But all the entertainment comes from there. Okay.
Well, you can't say that you get American entertainment in some countries.
Well, I'm just saying all of it's America is YouTube. America is the movies, Hollywood, music. You know what I mean? It is.
Yeah.
I'm not just blaming America, but okay. What's the difference between a YouTube, a content creator, a song, a singer, a guy like Eminem, or a guy like Quentin Tarantino, a movie? What's the difference between them? Why don't the movie guys get sued?
Well, who's getting sued for like making YouTube movies?
Well,
it's different because I think it's
not
different when you're making a movie.
I'm saying you're getting canceled. So
okay.
So Tate, like we just said, Steve will do it, and Alex Jones, they're all canceled because I get it, because they put an aspect to it which seems like reality. But in hindsight, if you think they're all being real, Alex Jones, the character, he got lost in his character. I get it. Like, he gets lost in his character, and you start believing some of the stuff he starts believing some of the stuff he says. I get that part. But it's like, where it's funny is people think that YouTube, just because it's a person that they can talk to, kind of, and it seems more real than a movie star or a Eminem, a rapper.
Yeah.
They put it in a different kind of category because they're like, well, wait a minute, you can't do this. But Eminem can make a murder song about killing his wife and his daughter, but a YouTube content creator can't even make a joke about that. That's what I'm saying. That's crazy to me. That's absolutely nuts.
It doesn't make me mad at all, because I mean, you're talking about like movies, and then you're also talking about somebody who's like, you know, like making something. It's either nonfiction or fiction, right? And I don't give a fuck. Like, with movies, I think you can't be like, oh, just because it's happening in the movies, but then these people are getting banned.
Well, okay, what kind of movies? It's like, the movies are, I'm talking about documentaries, everything that portrays reality, true story movies, and a lot of it's fake. So it's all entertainment, but one side of it,
those people but actually those people get sued all the time. That does happen.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's crazy that you.
I guarantee you, we can
YouTube.
Look it up. We can probably find some examples.
That's the problem. So you're in agreement with canceling Steve Will Do It.
No, not at all. Like, I just don't care. I just don't care. Like,
but that's the problem.
Because I don't care. And then I'm comparing a bit, but I can go watch Inglourious Bastards and then go watch gory movies in a movie theater. But then it really, just because Stevie Will Dot and Andrew Tate got banned, that ruffles you up. I don't give a fuck.
No, it's crazy that people think that Andrew Tate and that they're like, oh, they deserve it. They deserve it because it's too. No, you're not answering the question.
It just happens to everybody.
Saying, like, I'm going to watch it and I don't care because I'm still going to watch the movie. It's like, I don't understand that part. I don't understand your argument there. I'm saying that if people are creating content, like a producer, a director, a songwriter, and a content creator on YouTube, I don't get. But they use this word called influencer, which is kind of crazy to me. Like, influencer, that right off the hop, you're already guilty for influencing people. So with just that name, just because you're on YouTube, you're automatically an influencer, not an entertainer, an influencer.
It all
And
kind of falls into the
that's
same
crazy.
thing, like media, news, influencer. Like you all kind of fall under that same thing. But I think, you know, when you are on a platform like YouTube or Twitter, you know, you got to know it's like, hey, I can't, there are certain guidelines, right? We've seen other people,
No,
not
I think
just those two folks,
crazy.
not just those two folks that like violate guidelines for whatever reason, and they have a whole 300 person department.
You don't think it has nothing
they have a whole
to do
300 person department dedicated to just going through and saying, hey, you violated guidelines, click ban. That doesn't happen in the movies.
What do you mean that doesn't happen in the movies?
Like you know, just canceling. Well, it should. No, well, I'm just saying, like, you know.
No, it's absolutely like stupid. I don't believe that at all.
Like,
I think it's stupid.
We don't have the kind of like you don't have that like with everything, right?
No, so because people are so fucking dumb that they think that just because you're on YouTube that there's so much reality to it, when in reality none of it's real, because you're staging it all, because you got to practice it. So none of it's real, and that's the difference. It's all entertainment. That's what I'm saying. All umbrella of entertainment. If you're making videos, that's entertainment. You're not going to make a video where you're just talking about regular ass shit. Like, especially like guys like Steve will do it. They're all shock entertainment. They're doing it to shock you, to be like, oh my God, did he just say that? And that's the difference. It's all entertainment, but they give him this name influencer because they want to be like, you're bad right off the hop for saying that bad stuff because kids are watching. Damn, Arsenal are doing numbers today.
YouTube guidelines.
Yeah, I don't care about the guidelines. The guidelines are absolutely hideous, especially before. YouTube used to be this site that was really good, but then once they changed it, they keep changing it every year, where it kind of tells you not to do anything. Hey, Bunjo's family is staged, confirmed. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what you think? It's like, it's crazy that people actually believe, like, especially like these influencers that are models and stuff. You can rent freaking fake planes, fake private jets, just to take pictures in, you know, that never leave the runway. You're just taking a picture in this fake private jet. So it's like, look at little Bow Wow, the Bow Wow challenge, for instance. He's like, yeah, I'm in a private jet. He took pictures of it, and then he was in economy class. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy how you can think all this is it's right. I don't believe that. I don't think it. I think if you're banning guys like Steve will do it, that gives away millions of dollars on his channels to people that need it, which could be fake, obviously, because it's entertainment. It could be fake. I'm not saying it's, but you're going to take that little aspect where he gets sponsored by a gambling site, and you're going to be like, he's like, I just dropped 10 grand. This 10 grand I'm going to help out a family with if I win. It's like, oh, you're going to take out that little gambling aspect and be like, this guy deserves to not have a channel, not make money.
Right. They can, and like I'm looking at the guidelines now, right? Hate speech, predatory behavior, graphic violence, malicious attacks, content that promotes harmful or dangerous behavior is not allowed on YouTube, but it's allowed everywhere else, right? Harmful or dangerous content policies. So they could literally say, hey,
anything,
you're harmful to children because you wanted to gamble, right? And so that's they can use this.
They can do that with everything.
Anything.
But that's my problem with it. It's like, sure, they have these guidelines. I understand that. I'm part of it. I read the guidelines. But it's like, do I agree with them? No. I even when they tell me to give them feedback of, like, they always contact me and tell me like, oh, you should, how is this doing, and what do we need to work on? And I tell them, I'm like, you should let creators create, because it's all entertainment, and you should actually, if it's not kids stuff, you should actually make them verify their accounts to be like, I am over 18, with pictures and all that stuff. Why isn't there verified accounts for everybody? Like pictures, their ID, everything. Why don't we have that?
I think it just goes back to the parenting.
But that's what I mean. The parenting. But people are like, oh, Andrew Tate should be canceled. But no, the parenting's cool. I'm gonna let him watch Andrew Tate as long as it's on there. It's like, and then I'm gonna complain about it when he starts acting like.
Do you think just having like a simple disclaimer at the beginning of it would just solve everything?
No, verified account. I just said
verified
ID
account
and everything. Yeah. So you need a verified account with everything. So, but that obviously you can still get fake IDs, your parents' ID. but it's like
they're going to say that's discrimination because they'll be like, well, the underprivileged and lower class folks won't be able to get verified because they can't get access to their IDs and that kind of bullshit. It's just going to turn into the same sob story for
I'm not really Bunja. No, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Like, at the same time, I really do believe, obviously, you'd have to be a fool not to believe everything in life, whether it be this guy wearing a Gucci watch, this guy driving a nice car, football players. They all have an influence on you because when you're young, I want to play like Cristiano Ronaldo. I want to have shoes like this drug dealer. I want to, they all influence you. Music, the way you listen to music because you like the genre, because the one artist when you're young influenced you to like it. So everything influences you. But it's like, where do they cut that line? They cut it just at YouTube guys, the guys that are small trying to make their own, but not these big corporate guys, just the small guys that are doing it. That's what I'm saying.
Because it doesn't fit their image on their platform. And the second that you don't conform to what they want, or if you go against their narrative, or they do have a narrative.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like, sure, if you're gonna follow Alex Jones for all, dude, it's like, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna follow Andrew Tate and start, you know what I mean? If you're gonna follow Sean Connery used to beat women, and he made one of the Barbara Walters or something laugh in their interview about beating a woman. So it's like it's crazy. It's like, man, I don't think I'm gonna go to listen to Andrew Tate and go start treating girls like that. Are you?
There are some that will.
And these people,
there are some that will because they think that it works. And then not only that, because they look up to this guy. So I think that could be the problem. They see a lot of people that'll be like, fuck,
it's crazy.
This guy's actually, people are really actually looking up to this guy.
Oh, want me to tell you something? Andrew Tate was actually 5 minutes away from my house.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I was going to go meet him and the Nelk boys, and Steve will do it. But I didn't care too much, So yeah, I don't care. But it was like, because everybody's like, everybody's like, yeah, if you get him in your video for fucking 5 seconds or 10 seconds, you'll blow up. And it's like, I get that, but I don't really care too much. Like, I like the entertainment. Like, Andrew Tate's kind of annoying to me because it's like he has the attitude of a guy with like a small dick that just makes up for it with all this stuff. It's like cars and guns. But I like him.
I love the memes that are making fun of him. Like, I wish I could. Yeah. I want to find some of them.
I like the guy. I like the way.
I think we could probably play him. Probably not though. But there's like some where it's like him dancing in a club. And it's like him busting it down. It looks like it's just some bald guy. He's like dancing like super like gay dance moves, and it's like Andrew Tate or something.
But see, like Andrew Tate, I think the guy's a lot of people like they believe it because he has such a good argument standpoint where it's like, you kind of sometimes you're like, is he right? That's the way you think. You're like, I don't know if he's right.
It's everything that all young guys really want, right? They want the Bugatti, they want the 6-pack abs, they want the women, they want literally like that persona. So I think that's why people are even just drawn to it in general. But it's just like that is, think about the next generation, right? Of what, how they're gonna act and what they're gonna be like. Do we want them to be like Andrew Tate's or a bunch of social justice warriors and pansies?
Definitely not social justice warriors.
Right?
Oh, dude.
How they're living the Andrew Tate world.
That's why when we were talking about before, it's like, I picture like people from California, like always protesting, always eating, always drinking from paper straws, always being vegans, this kind of stuff. It's just like, oh my God. And but like knowing you, Wayne, and like always surfing, that kind of stuff. It's like, that's what the outsiders think of people from California, like vegans, like we got to push this, save the animals, protesting out there. And then you guys got all these homeless people.
Is this your typical, every dude from California, is this what they look like?
Yeah. It's like, dude, I ride a bicycle because that's way better because it saves the earth.
Let's stop sharing before we get we get this video flagged.
Yeah, Mr. Sidenik, Will Arnett. Yeah, but that's That's how I feel, man. It's like that's not how I feel. That's how you just think because all the movies.
That's
But
just
that's
the
how
way it is. It's not how you feel. It's just how it is.
it's just how it is. But then you look at it, and they got all the homeless people there. They're sinking. Who knows what else is going on there? I've been hearing that you guys been sinking for years now, for like 25 years plus.
Yeah, I
Is it
think
gonna happen or
Venice will
what?
probably sink before we do. No, you know
I
what's
don't.
gonna happen? You know what's gonna
Oh,
happen? Mark my words. Yellowstone will erupt, and it's gonna probably wipe out half of
damn.
the United States and Western Canada.
Do you think it's that? You think of like a volcano is gonna be
Oh,
that big?
dude, let's look it up. Yellowstone volcano activity. I mean, if there's going to be anything that's going to be like
Yo, that big?
an extinct like an extinction event, it'll be Yellowstone for sure.
You don't think it'll be Russia?
No, dude. Like I think that it probably wow, look
Yo,
at this. Projected ash cloud. I don't even know if we could I don't give a let's see.
let's see.
If this happens, I don't give a shit about anything.
Man, even
1
Croatia's getting
billion.
mopped up.
Look, yeah, you're right there. Wait, no, you're safe. You're safe. You're right
I'm
there.
saying,
You're in the
oh,
green
dude, we're
zone.
feeling that heat.
You're in
We're
the green
barbecuing
zone.
outside.
Let's go.
Damn. I don't know, man. So who's saying this? Has it been like this in history ever?
No, yeah. So look at this. Nationalparkservice.gov. Oh, volcano.
That'd be crazy if America ended by that. That'd be nuts.
Yeah, this would. I feel like this is the one thing that we should probably be worried about, but we're not.
So let me ask you your take on pollution and global warming and all that stuff. What do you think about that? Do you think global warming is a thing that always happens throughout history, the Ice Age, whatever?
When I was growing up, I thought that the Ice Age was like a reoccurring thing that happens once every couple of thousand years.
Yeah.
I remember I said that in college one time, and it was like my global development teacher or something like that, and he was like, "No, that's not the case," something like that. And this guy, he had like an incentive to like protect the
so you don't
some kind of Congo rainforest, right? That was his like he set up an initiative to save the Congo rainforest, and by having a certain amount of land that was not going to be demolished, it would create like a tax incentive because this little patch of rainforest is supplying the world with over 2/3 of its oxygen.
Damn.
So he created this initiative to kind of save this forest, right? And so when I was like, "Yeah, Ice Age happened, it's gonna happen again," and like he was like pretty slick, like he knew a lot of shit. And
so you don't think at all.
You know, when I was younger, I think that yes, but I think that the Ice Age probably happened from something like a volcano, like right, something blanketed the Earth, something made it really cool down, hyper cooled the Earth. That's probably what happened. But
in Egypt, you don't think there's ever water and
for sure,
and trees.
Yes,
but that's what I'm saying. Where climate moves like that, where
climate moves. Oh, for sure. Then why else would we have like seashells in the Himalayas, right?
But do you think that scientists could just not understand it, or just not always like you believe in science a lot, or what?
Yeah, yes and no. Like I don't believe in the Big Bang Theory. I don't think that we could go back in time and say like, look, that this happened. This is the expansion of our universe. Like, no, I don't fucking believe that. Like, I do believe in like, the there's other planets out there, right? We have like we have these crazy instruments that are able to look out like the James Webb telescope.
We should light that forest on fire. No more oxygen.
Oxygen for anyone. Let's go. But I think that if we were to go green and renewable, right? What does that take? Living off batteries, we'd have to extract all of the cobalt from the earth. Everything would turn into a quarry, right? To go green and to go green and go like solar and go wind powered, would be so much more devastating than what we've been doing.
I think nobody really knows the outcome of anything. I think people are. It's gonna happen. Like people try too hard. Like they think of like especially scientists and protesters. They think about this stuff. It's like it's to educate. Scientists are just educated guess, aren't they? Like
You believe
most
in
of it.
dinosaurs? You believe in like the actual dinosaur
Dinosaurs.
period? Like, do you think that
Fuck.
happened?
It's hard, man. It's like I like. I don't know, man. I don't know. I
I
don't know.
think this.
I think it could. I think it could happen. Why not?
I think this that the Earth is so fucking old that it doesn't
Yeah.
care about us. It'll
No.
wipe us out and have something new
Dude, we're
in
people. We do what we do.
in a million years, and it'll be something else.
Yeah. It's like we're from this earth. Like we're all on this earth together. The trees, the water, the people, the animals. It's like we do what we do, man. It's gonna end. No,
Do what we
even
do.
if we change something, it's still gonna end. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what we change or how we do it. That's what I think. It doesn't matter. It's either not gonna end or it's gonna end and start over somewhere. I don't know. And there's little men in his computer. There's little men in his computer making light. No, it's
There was
Alex
a show. Have you ever seen the show Solitude on Amazon?
No.
It's pretty good. I think. Hold on. Let me. What's his name? Dennis Quaid was in it.
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid.
I'm Dennis Quaid.
The Solitude. Is it called Solitude? It's a show. Hold on. Maybe I'm mixing up the name. Maybe it's not called Solitude, but either way, it's like it takes place in like Greenland.
Okay.
And
yeah.
like the glaciers melt and they find a woolly mammoth and it's got these like parasitic worms that go through and like kill folks, and it makes you just like die this crazy death. I could see something like that happening before, like,
you know what? I just see like the earth in a whole it recycles itself. So no matter what you do, how much gas you waste, it's all gonna recycle itself because it's still in this atmosphere. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it'll all recycle and work out somehow. Like I feel like that. Even though there might be some illnesses, but I don't know about the whole. I don't know. I just don't. It's crazy to think about. It's crazy.
Yeah, the show's called Fortitude, by the way. You should definitely check it out. You'll like it. It's good. Fortitude. Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Yeah, I just think it's
shout out to Dennis Quaid and his cocaine habit.
I love that. I don't know. I don't believe in a lot of things though. I think a lot of it's just entertainment. Obviously, if you believe something the government says, like they don't tell you the truth ever. Like not even they'll tell you a little bit of truth, but how many things do you think we don't know? You know, like imagine the stuff we don't know. That's crazy,
right?
You think we know a lot of things? You think they let us know everything?
Dude, well, imagine back in the 1700s, they thought they knew everything that there was ever to know at that point in time.
Yeah, but yeah,
right?
And think about scientists. How many times have they been wrong throughout history? Every year,
a lot.
Yeah. It's just an educated guess, most of it. Right?
Well, I think it's different kind of science, right? There's like numbers,
especially space,
and then science, and then there's things that'll be like, well, this contradicts that. Right?
Well, if you're gonna say that, everything's science. Like when it comes to making clothes, the science of making clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, but
it's like the science of everything.
Yeah, but I'm not saying science of everything, but I'm saying like especially with space and stuff like that. Come on, like the black hole. Come on, what are we talking about? Space? We talk about space.
Human race is space travelers. That's what the human race is. Like that's what we're supposed to do, but we just don't know like our true potential, and like we're like
no, we're just parasites on this
space.
We're just parasites on this moving spaceship. That's it.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. We are just like a complex multi-cell parasite.
Yeah, we don't know.
Kind of found a home. We've just found a home for a little bit. We'll get a little too close to the sun. It'll just.
I don't know. It's crazy, man. All that stuff. It's especially like science, man. Science is because
science, man.
When people are like, "Oh, I don't believe in COVID," and they start like saying science is like unbelievable and they hate it and it's not real. It's like, well, come on, dude.
What do you think of
like
monkeypox?
Yeah, monkeypox, dude. I can't wait to get that one. That one looks interesting as hell.
We can give
Is
it to each
that?
other.
Oh damn! Damn. No. So, what do you think about monkeypox? Is this
Uh,
is this is this real? Is this happening? It's happening.
yeah, yeah, it's happening. It's happening, and I think we can thank all the gay people in the world for it.
Yeah. How
God
about?
was right.
Damn, God got us with that hitter,
Yeah,
eh?
I think
Damn.
we're violating guidelines now.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we can't be talking. But that's what I mean. It's like, so I got a strike on my channel before for making a joke about all the liberals,
Oh yeah,
you know.
that
Yeah.
was yeah. See, that's the kind of shit will get you shut down.
And it's like, to me, it's like, and he said I'm joking after. So it's like, how? How are these people doing this? And I messaged him. I said, for one, it was the guy that's not even like, he has no like say on my channel. It's me, and he
Yeah,
apologized for it, and he said it was a joke. I'm like, so how can you give me a strike for it? I did not do anything. And like, and it's like, I get it. I let him on. I guess I did kind of. He was like, look at us. We have a picture together in the top corner. Like and subscribe.
oh,
Yeah.
you guys had a
Yeah.
really good thing going on for like it's hard.
Yeah.
It's like reversed. There we
It's
go.
hard. It's like I can't even do
Click like, subscribe.
it. I don't know, man. It's all crazy, man. Oh,
Crazy
offside, you
times,
son
crazy
of a
times.
damn. But
But yeah, do you think they're gonna bring back Stevie Wildot?
no, I think he's done because I know they were trying to make, like, they stopped promoting their videos and stopped recommending them because they're getting too popular, and they just kind of because they don't follow the guidelines, like they don't care about the getting paid off ads because they have such a good brand that they don't need to get paid off ads. They use YouTube as a marketing ploy because they play music from other artists that goes against the guidelines of
Right.
copyright infringement, so they don't get paid anyways for most of their videos. Um,
They always have
so
like promotions and things going on that like people will like reach out and like they'll buy like their products and like
yeah,
their happy dad stuff and
yeah. So they don't care about
everything that they
YouTube,
own. Oh no,
and
they're
then
making millions just off that.
so but saying that, I just said they don't care about YouTube, but now they do because they're like, well, YouTube just deleted our crap, so yeah. So it's kind of
Right.
a so it's kind of like, that's what I tell people. It's like guys like Harold Balder and stuff. It's like, it's crazy to me that they don't have a brand. They're not using the whole Nelk Boys thing where they have a brand and they don't need YouTube. YouTube should just be a marketing for what you want to do, like for your brand. Like people still don't understand branding yourself. It's crazy, especially famous people. Like how aren't these guys branding themselves? I guess you don't want to. Maybe some people are against it. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Just like remember I showed you what like my girl was doing with that AI art
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
made that, she was like, "Hey, I'm just going to make a TikTok and start making videos of it." One video she posted, she got 1.5 million views within
Damn,
2 days. But not
that's
only that, there was
TikTok.
another video that was just as good, and they're like, "Hey, spend $10 to promote this." And she's like, "No," and it didn't get as much traction as the other one. So it's just
Yeah,
like, that, and I guarantee you that's what all these guys do. They're paying a little bit just to get their faces out there, and eventually, if you keep doing that and doing that and doing that, you I mean, even like look at what she did. Like now she's got creating this little niche and she's got a shit ton of followers and just out of nowhere, she's like overnight.
yeah,
Like some of these
but
folks do,
that
it kind of just pops up out of nowhere, right?
but TikTok is different from YouTube.
Oh, for sure. I think
TikTok
TikTok
is
is a
like,
lot faster to make you more like more. You can get more
yeah,
views and get in
especially,
front of more people with TikTok.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a lot more work with YouTube.
if you use their thing, like, well, no, I know people that they just do the lip syncing thing and act out Donald Trump's voice, and it's like that's all you have to do on TikTok, and they promote it because you use their little videos and you use their guidelines and their templates, so they promote that easy. Just like on Instagram, when you do a stupid voiceover, like you're like, oh, you're pretending to be something, you're acting, you'll get more views than showing like a boat ride or something, or a boat trip. It's kind of
Right.
crazy.
Well,
It's
yeah,
kind of crazy.
and it went from like the playful little, oh, I'm gonna do a prank to now everybody's kind of repeating themselves. Like if you go through and you look at all these like new YouTube channels, like they're kids that are like all doing the same thing. They're like, hey guys, I just bought this PlayStation. I'm gonna do click like watch part 2 for the next video. And it's like, and they're all kind of like doing the same shit, right? And it's like, and it's all really so. And now to be actually get noticed, like you have to do something fucking brand new, like something out of the box, something sometimes crazy.
And that brings me back to Andrew Tate. Exactly. That's what he had to do. And it's like, but then if you do that, if you think different, if you try to create something that's new, you get punished for it because and that's what I'm saying. It's because it's like, okay, creators, they call you creator, but you can only create within our guidelines. It's like,
yeah, I think it's just if you hurt enough people's feelings in a certain way,
and that's terrible.
They'll come after you.
Yeah, what happened to that old saying, "Sticks and stones, man"? But now all of a sudden, the sticks and stones don't break your bones, but names will never hurt you. Now names hurt you more than sticks and stones. It's absolutely nuts, nuts. And how about sure. It's crazy. I don't know. I think creators should be allowed to create, especially when you're making satire and. If you have a podcast, like that's like what Joe Rogan said. He's having open conversations. I think it takes more balls to have a podcast and do it live because you're having open conversations that you have no room for error. You know what I mean? So it's like when you say something, you're going to be held accountable because you said it live. And it's like, but they give you that option on YouTube. So I don't know why you get punished for it. I can see if you just come on here and just say some wild stuff, like, you know, imagine you can't come on here and like I'm
trying to look up the list of banned YouTube channels.
Oh, there's probably lots, eh?
I'm trying to see if we can find an actual list. It looks like I found something from Wikipedia, so I can show that. Let me share my screen.
Hot and Wild
for providing this awesome, unsponsored, no ad content. I have a buddy who actually works at Wikipedia. He loves his job.
So what's Wikipedia? Is anybody can come on and change all the information?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, they actually he mentioned that like they'll have something that can like kind of reset it if it's absolutely crazy. So
but that's
so look
crazy
at this
all in itself.
So these are list of notable suspensions. Can't even fucking read. Guy with glasses. I've never even heard of them. Copyright infringement. Began posting his content back on YouTube as part of the deal. Whaley Abbas. Oh, look, we can even see him. What the hell was he? Complaints about graphic content. Yeah, probably some beheading videos. I don't think that's going to cut it there on YouTube.
But think about before how YouTube used to be, how it started off, and then all these people started getting hurt feelings.
Right. Well, look at the early stuff. It's actually like hey, copyright infringement. Okay, that makes sense. Graphic videos, torture. Hey, that makes sense. Hate speech kind of depends on what kind. I mean, hey.
I hate copyright.
Oh, look, it actually it tells you what it is.
What?
Hitler's. I don't want to read it to a risk of jeopardizing your channel.
What? It's bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Oh, I'm not even sharing my screen.
Look
at this. Rookie mistake.
Bro, why are you? Oh yeah, it's right. Yeah, he's like, why are you censoring beheading videos? That's crazy.
I know, right? Look at this one. February 2018.
Hey,
Logan
let
Paul.
Hey, if you're beheading, let the creators create. That's a new form of entertainment.
Right. Don't hate. Let them create.
No, but that's what I mean. There has to be a line, I guess.
Violating child endangerment guideline. Like, there's some of these that just make absolute sense.
Yeah, but you're reading off a paper, right? You don't. What's the video for? What actually happened in the video?
So, TRS Radio, video channel for neo-Nazi website. Okay. Red Eyes.
Because I can't read this; it's too small on my computer.
Oh shit! I have a giant fucking football screen of a monitor, so let me zoom in. Right. Okay, there we go. My bad, everybody. Who's watching? So let's see. Of course. Alex Jones right here, August 6, 2018.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Conspiracy
Okay.
theory. So
Steven Crowder. Yep. Steven Crowder.
So Alex Jones is for hate speech and harassment violence. Okay, that's pretty. I got that too. So that can be
Okay.
anything. Initially suspension doing live broadcast for 90 days. Deleted 4 of his videos on July 21st.
Oh wow! Look at. I think this right here shows you the total views. Whoa. Okay. So 1.6 billion views.
Damn.
1.6 billion with a B.
That's crazy. That's
pretty crazy. Right? Okay. This is interesting.
Okay. Whoa. Austin Jones terminated after pleaded guilty. Terminated after. So he got terminated because of what he did on his extracurricular time. Right? Is that correct?
I can get fired from my job from doing stuff in my extracurricular time. Let's see what else we got. Fantastic Adventures. Okay, that sounds a little with the P word.
It sounds crazy.
Yeah, it does. See, I actually do. Sometimes his stuff will pop up on my. Yeah, his stuff will pop up on my stream occasionally.
The only thing I had problem with,
on Instagram.
When I see hate speech and hate speech, I have a problem with that because that can be anything that somebody doesn't agree with.
Right. I wonder if with Stevie Wildot and Andrew Tate on this list. If not, we should add it.
Yeah, so yo, dude, why aren't they on there? But no, I'm telling you about I got a hate speech comment. I mean a violation. So hate speech, I don't believe in that one. I just don't believe it. I believe in it for okay, you obviously can't come on here and say a couple words and do these kind of motions with your arms and stuff like that, wear a little mustache or but it's like, can you make fun of that? I made fun of that before. Why not? Why can't you make jokes and be do an SNL skit about it? I just don't see. I don't know. I don't get why you can make fun of people's weight and call them, but you can't do other things like make fun of the big nose, but you can't be like, hey, call them, make fun of their sexuality or whatever. It's crazy to me. You can make fun of things that people can't change, like their looks, but you can't make fun of their sexuality. I don't know.
It's not even don't you dare make fun of their religion.
It's like, so, hey, yeah, it's like you can't make fun of people getting overweight, but that's why my man got a treadmill over there.
And shout out to one of our viewers for fat shaming me on a Vanish chat on Instagram. Really, hope you notice a little difference there. Kind of.
You're getting blocked. Yeah.
Got the treadmill.
Yeah.
The fat shame obviously worked.
Yeah. Look at this. Might have been that time the guy had like on the podcast here, he showed his Nazi memorabilia. But at the end of the day, I got a lot of like World War II stuff. They sell it all the time here, and I bought a few things. Why not? It's like World War II, like they have it everywhere. Like it's like when there's like I don't know what they call them, like little fairs, I guess. They have all their little stands and they sell like World War II, the Yugoslavian War stuff. You can buy a hat, you can buy anything, right? Mm-hmm. It's like so I don't see the problem with collecting memorabilia either, or
it's illegal in some countries.
Yeah, it's illegal in some countries, but like for instance, do you think you should be banned off YouTube if you're like showing a collection of your stuff? No,
not at all. It's like it's the same thing as just trying to like deny the past kind of thing, saying it didn't happen.
That's what I mean. So when I say it didn't happen, like I didn't say it didn't happen. Obviously,
no, I know, yeah. But it's the same kind of thing. Like, well, you can't show this kind of stuff. It's insensitive.
I don't believe everything that they said happened. That's the difference.
I'm right there with you. Yeah.
It's like, dude, come on. Everything happened that you guys are saying? I think the whole thing, when you're traumatized, especially, it's hard to remember stuff the real truth. Like even when I remember my story about it being a kid hanging out with this one girl, my friend will remember it differently. He'll be like, "Whoa, this is how I remember that moment," because you make it sound in favor to yourself. Every single memory you have, a story you tell, you make it in favor to yourself. You don't say like, I'm gonna tell it the worst part of it. I don't know. Yeah, I think you make up a lot of things when you tell stories. You make it sound like a nice story to tell. You're not going to tell somebody like, "Yeah, I walked my
What's
dog,"
that
and
thing that
that's
they?
it.
What's that thing that they used to say? Like, when you're gone, someone else will just say your stories. Have you ever heard that before?
Yeah, yeah. That I know. I know what you're talking about. I'll tell you something crazy, man. So I got a job at this one place for my buddy, and I go there, and all these guys, are, oh, you're buddies with this guy. It's like he tell them all stories about my life. I'm like, that's my story. I'm like, what do you mean? That didn't happen there.
Right.
I swear, and it does happen, man. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying like I think there's a lot more fabricated stories, especially when the winner speaks, because especially when it comes to surviving or not surviving. The stories that they tell, I don't know. I think a lot of them are fabricated. That's all. I'm sure it happened, but the
Yeah.
way it happened is a little bit different than what they're
A little
telling
bit
you.
skewed. Yeah, a little far
Yeah.
from the truth kind of
Because
thing.
especially if you're a hero, you're gonna tell the most heroic shit ever. You're not gonna tell some busted ass hero story. Like, yeah, man, I was just there and I saved some people. Nobody's saying that. You know,
No.
nobody's saying that. You're
No one's
going
gonna say. No one's gonna believe you unless
Yeah,
someone
it's
saw
like
it.
yeah, it's like, dude, yeah, but like, look at the sniper guy. What's that sniper guy? The Bradley Cooper guy. Wasn't that all
American
like?
Sniper.
It wasn't that all like. Most of it was not true.
I think there was probably a lot of stuff that they added to make it a movie, to make it like
And then
dramatic.
what?
Of course.
And then that
And
guy
then people
started.
think it's real.
Then when that guy was alive and then he died.
No, they killed him before the movie was ever made.
Before
So
what he was
yeah,
he was in
it was
he
based on
wasn't
a
in
true story.
talks. He wasn't
What
in
was that?
talks about the movie.
No,
thought he
no, no.
died, like-
They made the movie
No,
after.
then what did I see?
he
That
died.
that guy was on like a talk show or something like that.
He wrote a book.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He wrote a book, and that's why
And
he
it-
was on a talk show, because he was
and-
one of the he was like SEAL Team 6 guy.
But a lot of people said that his actual story, a lot of it was just for the book too.
And I think they'll do that too. Like, that's the thing. Like, when you write a book, editors will be like, "Hey, we need more of this here. I have an idea for this. Let's add that. Hey, instead of this, let's do this." Right? So it's probably not him.
Yeah, just like
It's probably,
so he was like
it's a book deal. It's a book deal. Like, hey, we need to make sure people fucking read this book.
But like this guy said, probably scalped more kids than they showed in the movie. Exactly.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. They were fucking shooting everybody left and right if they were walking.
Oh, you
around
have to, dude. What are you gonna do? You're gonna be scared. You're humans.
Yeah,
dude. I don't know. I've never, like you said, I've never been to war, so nobody that's judging this guy. Like if you see a kid with a gun, you're just not gonna shoot him because he's a kid.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. It depends on the situation that you're in. It's all about timing, right? And you'd be like, "Fuck, you're right there at that time," and it's wrong place, wrong time.
Like me, if I seen a kid with a gun, I'd probably try to get him counseling before. It's like, dude, listen, we need to sit down, bro. This gun is not you. This is not your life, man. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard, man. A lot of that stuff is very it's scary, man, to think about that stuff. Just to see that. Like, imagine seeing all that stuff. That's crazy.
Right.
And it's like at the same time, people that
probably don't even know what you're capable of until you're put in that position to where it's like it comes right to your doorstep, right? Like you're in Croatia, and then for whatever reason, someone's like, "Hey, we're gonna take over this country," right?
Yeah, it's like, dang, I gotta go. I'd be like,
okay,
I got me.
Now, what are you gonna do? You're gonna fight or you're gonna stay, Punjo? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Me, I live in Croatia. I protect my family.
we bring up arms, we fight. Bring me my pitchfork.
It's like, no, dude.
I got my fishing hook and pitchfork.
I'd be like this. I'd be breaking records for shitting my pants the most, probably. Like a lot of people probably be like, "Oh, I'll be there and I'll be fighting." I mean, I can say that. Like, I'd be scared, but at the same time, if you're forced, you're forced. But then you just got to live up to it, or just coward.
Well, I mean, that's that
hard.
term. Have you ever looked at pictures of people that are shell shocked?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, look at these guys.
What's that one guy? What's that one movie, Jarhead, where that guy, the one actor in it, like start talking to dead bodies and stuff?
Like, look at this guy.
Yeah, it's
like
absolutely...
that's crazy. And you know what's nuts? I've seen pictures of like dogs that they use in war. And the dog's eyes have the same kind of eyes like this. They're like I'm like, yo, there's nothing living there anymore.
It's crazy, eh? And you know what's even crazier? People like miss that whole war life too. After it's all said and done, and they lived, and then they start missing it because they don't have like the whole. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's just this. I think it's just the. Oh my God, this guy's holding a. Okay, that's not a head. That's a bust of Hitler.
If USA invaded Canada, oh hey, USA would never have the balls to invade Croatia. I'm just joking. We're all dads out here, bro. Dads in Croatia are probably the best people on earth. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not a dad, and if you're a dad but you're not Croatian, man, I feel bad. That's how I feel.
Yeah, like I'm not Croatian and I feel bad.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Yeah. See, he knows.
You have that effect.
Les Spook hates Croatian dads. It's something against them. I already know that. Watch, he'll say something negative about Croatians and fathers. He's like, "Oh, this father stuff." Someone hurt him, you know.
Who hurt you, Spook?
Yeah, who hurt you, Spook? Was it? Yeah. I wish there was an option to report the stream for having a Croatian dad hosting. Sorry, man. You know, hey, it's not real. I already said that. Nothing on YouTube's real. Am I in Croatia? Am I a dad? Yeah.
Nothing that ever happens is real.
Bunjo never came back with the milk. Sorry, man. 15 minutes, I swear. Damn. But yeah, nothing's real, man. Nothing's real.
Yeah.
No, well, when it comes to entertainment, man, a lot of it's fabricated. Like you said, they tell lies in books to make it more interesting. They tell lies in the movie to make it more interesting. That's exactly what content creating is. And that's what people got to remember. Just because it feels more real and it feels like it's not a character.
Don't think it wasn't scripted.
Not even that it's not scripted. You're not trying to be boring.
Yeah.
You know, you're not. Why would you try to be boring? And there's lots of shit that works that's boring, like people watching people sleep.
Well, yeah, because real life is fucking boring.
Yeah, real life's boring. Real life is boring. Like when so for instance, here's an example of what people think about me. Like for a while, like Mickey's sister and her boyfriend came over to visit us, and they're like, "Oh shit, I can't believe this is how you actually are. I thought you'd always be walking around with a camera every day because you guys were always out doing something every day." I'm like, well, a lot of that shit is backed up. You know, it's like not happening now. Like the
you're just not there.
Yeah, it's just like I'm not just sitting there with a camera every day, walking around doing stuff. It's like that's not. I mean, it seems like it, sure, but it's hard to actually get like motivation sometimes to just go out and make a
just
video.
Get out of bed.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to go make a video. It's like damn.
Yeah,
it's crazy because it's like sometimes when you're at a place, like for instance a concert, you're like I should make a video about this, but it's like I don't want to. I just want to have fun, and then too many of those times happen, like where you just like I just want to know this moment for the rest, not through a camera. Because
I've had a couple of those moments where it's like I'm like standing in like kind of awe of like a view or like something that's like really cool, and I'll be like, damn, I need to take like mental snapshots, and I've done that a couple times in my life where like I'll have like a searing image of something just because I was like, I really, really want to remember this moment. And and I can just kind of go back to it and go right back in there at any time. Just because I was like, I took mental note. I was like, fuck, I got to remember this. There are some things in my life that I've done that with.
Hey, you gotta just be there, be present sometimes. Instead of just like when you have a camera, you're not really present and enjoying what's going on because you're thinking about it and you're just what should we talk about next or what should we look at next kind of, and it's not really like a lot of places like next time we go we'll enjoy it a little bit, like like Italy. I won't do the tourist thing like where I go see all the big sites. I'd rather just go with the people and stuff next time. But the first time going to Italy, you definitely got to see the tourist stuff. You
dude, for sure. But there's a lot of things there that like a lot of like off the beaten path things that like people don't really go and see, the forgotten stuff.
Yeah.
And when we go, we definitely got to do that for sure.
Oh, just like here, like I think we're going to a beer fest here on the 26th to make a video.
Yeah.
and it's like in Karlovac. It's not like a tourist city. Like it's like a more of a city like a Zagreb, for instance. Like middle of the country, not by the seaside,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And it's gonna be kind of cool, especially beer fest. I like that. I like that. You can dig that.
Oh yeah. That is a holiday I can stand behind.
Yeah, beer fest, bro. Beer day. I'd love a beer day, and
I
everybody
love
just
a beer
gets.
day.
Yeah, imagine that. The government just throws you a few cans.
Let's go.
Beer is haram. Beer is haram. Damn.
Sin.
Ah man.
Man,
But
so
I
you
love
got any
beer.
plans for the weekend?
The weekend, this weekend, I don't think so. I think we're going to tomorrow. Actually, we bought a new couch. We're getting it Monday, so tomorrow we got to take out all our couches and rearrange the living room for this big couch to come in. So it's pretty
Dude, let's see
exciting.
the paddleboard. What'd you get?
Oh, it's outside.
Okay.
It's hard to bring. Yeah, it's big. You bring it through the
Shit.
door.
Okay.
I got a few of
You
them.
gonna go ride that tomorrow?
No, I got a few of them. It's not delivered. I rent them out to people to use.
Oh, okay. Oh, he was just dropping it off.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so we rent out like paddle boards, like beach chairs. We have a store kind of.
Dad
We have the
activities.
apartments. Yeah, dad activities all day, baby. Stand up for the
Spook.
dad life. Yeah, dads. I don't know what that is, but
That's
it
D
means
for
dads.
sign language.
It's crypt dad. It's a crypt dad. Crypto dad. I'm not even real. I'm just cryptocurrency for dads.
Ancient.
Yeah, but here we are. So dad plans. Yeah. Well, maintenance. Yes. So the season's almost over here. So I got a lot of. We're getting new electricity through the whole house, painting the outside, and putting this. I don't know what they call it. Actually, they put this coating on it, so the moisture doesn't come inside because they're all cement houses.
Oh yeah.
And what else? I'm pretty sure you guys have cement houses out there, eh?
Yeah, not really. Everything's all like lumber.
Oh no, yeah, you're not. I keep thinking about it on the beach. No, you guys don't have that kind of like Mexican style house.
No, actually, not really. No, everything out here is all like
Damn.
wood. Yeah, all
That's
lumber.
crazy.
Yeah, it just depends. I
Every-
mean, sometimes you'll see it. Yeah.
Not even like in
But no, dude, that's why shit
SoCal.
fucking burns down here in California because everything's made of wood.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have some fire. We have fires here all the time.
If you
too.
go to SoCal, it is a lot of like Pueblo style homes, like
Yeah.
adobe, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But up north, it's all wood.
Yeah, here. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, this whole winter I gotta do renovations basically,
Okay.
and then I might go to Turkey or Albania. I think next month my mom's coming here for 2 weeks, and then after my mom leaves, I'm going up north. So I got a lot of stuff. I'm going to all the war. I'm gonna go do a whole city. I mean, a whole series on war about the Croatian War. So I'm going to all like where my family's from and stuff. So that'll be kind of cool for me. Maybe
That's
not
gonna
for
be a beautiful
everybody
thing.
else.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be a beautiful thing. Yeah.
And then I got a bunch of stuff like that. I want to kind of. It's hard, you can't ask people about this kind of stuff, but it'd be nice if someone like would open up on their own, kind of. You know what I mean? And just tell a story. Maybe there's a way I can ask people without asking them. Like, tell me a story about this area or something.
You know what? It starts without having the camera.
Yeah.
It starts to be like, hey, you're just having a conversation with somebody, and then when they start talking about their story, you'd be like, hey, would you mind if I record this?
Yeah, and it is, but that's the problem. Like, man,
It's
you
hard to
don't know
find
how-
those kind of people.
Yeah, it's hard because when I
Right?
turn that camera on people, it's like the people that talk the most are always the most quiet. They're like, oh,
Right, like the butcher in Argentina, right?
fake word. Yeah. The butcher in Argentina. Yeah, exactly. This guy is like telling me everything about. I'm like, and I turn the
And the second
camera on,
he
he
busts
won't
out
even
the
say a
camera, he's like,
word.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh snap! It's like everybody here,
Yeah.
even the guy we had a barbecue here, and he's like, oh, we should make a video about me cooking because he's a good cook. So we finally do it, a traditional Croatian dish, and he doesn't say anything. It's like, dude, I couldn't even use it because you're just sitting there. It's like, man, I tried to use some of it, even though it just ended up being a real bad video, kind of. But whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. It's always the good times to record is like when you're not recording. You know, like crazy stuff happens, and you're like, oh man,
Man,
like
it's almost you need like a dash cam
yeah, you just need it
on
always
your
on you.
hat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, but the GoPro you can kind of just turn on real quick and just kind of goes on, but it's like without people noticing too. It could work, but at the same time, you feel kind of bad for like I don't know. I feel bad for getting in people's faces, you know,
Yeah, you
invading
put
their
him Johnny
privacy.
on the spot. Makes it a
Yeah,
little bit weird. And if you know, sometimes if you like, I bet you got to give them a heads up, right?
yeah, and
I'm
when you
sure
give
some
them the
people are
head,
like, no, right? They're like, no, no,
yeah.
no, no, it's okay.
Oh, dude, one guy tried to fight me. It's like, dude,
What?
yeah. People tell me to turn the camera off all the time. It's like, and I just turn it off. I'm like, oh well, I'm not gonna. Instead of going in there and having an argument and being a negative video where I can get views for having an argument, I just say nope and walk out and don't buy a
Yeah.
sandwich.
I've never really liked those videos that like confrontation of like when they start
Yeah,
arguing about shit like that or like small
yeah.
petty stuff, and then like people like show their kind of like their
But
aggressive
that's what's
side, but it doesn't
yeah,
like it's not like, hey, like, yo, you did that's really off-putting kind of
yeah.
thing. It's like,
And
well, what the hell was
I
that?
I get it. It gets views, but it's like I don't care. I'd rather do it on the way I want to do it. I don't care if
Yeah,
it gets views or not. You know, to be honest with you,
yeah,
don't feel bad for them.
they're NPCs. You can just do whatever you want to them.
Yeah, and it's like, I always think about this. Like, imagine if you're working at a fast food joint. Like, are you gonna be like you're working at McDonald's and some guy comes in and films you? You're like,
Get the fuck
you
out of
know,
here. I'm working and I hate my life. I
yeah.
don't even...
As I do. It's like, what do you want me to say, man? Like, come to McDonald's. This is the best. I'd say. But then you have to go. That's why, like, you have to find those places that are like family owned and the owner is working all the time. Because
Yeah.
then that's when the guy will be proud of it because it's his business.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
It's
those are
hard.
usually the best places to eat.
Yeah, and those are usually the family one. There's a lot of places here like that, to be honest with you. But from my experience here, these guys do not like to be filmed. They hate it. They're
Yeah.
like, don't film me. And it's crazy. It's crazy to
Keep
think
your
about.
content creator shit out of here.
Dude, this one old guy's like, what are you filming me for? I'm like, your house has no roof. I'm filming the house because it's like has no roof and you're just living there. And I don't know, it's crazy. That's like when I first started, I'm like, oh, people don't like that kind of stuff. So then you can't do that. And you got to think about it from that guy's point of view. This guy has no roof, man. And you're filming it. It's like, dude, you're still living in this house that has no roof? That's crazy. Fly a drone over that guy's house. Fly it inside of his roof.
There we go. Special delivery.
Oh, dude, speaking of drones, I got a drone, Mavic 2 Mini or whatever. I haven't used it yet.
Oh, nice.
I haven't used it. I'm kind of scared to fly because
yeah, you still got does the other one fly? The one that I sent you?
It flies, but the camera doesn't work.
Well, yeah, just I think if anything, just practice with that. Like get familiar with the gyro, and then once you go to the Mavic, it'll be so easy because it like stabilizes. Like you can just have that thing. I think I've sent you a video of that before, where it's just floating in air, and I can walk around it.
Yeah,
not even touching the controller. Your drone will do that. The one you have now won't. Like you're gonna have to like control it the whole time, but it just gets you good for your sticks, like so you can control the drone and fly it.
Familiar with the gyro? Yeah. Yeah, but I'll tell you, it's because I want to film the beach here, like the island, kind of go around the perimeter. Kind of, I want to do like the whole outline of it, but it's kind of hard because there's not pathways to everything. And at the same time, there's lots of people that are nude on the beach, so it's like you can't record it until everybody goes home.
The thing is, you can get so high with that thing, you can barely even see it or hear it.
Yeah.
So if you get really confident with it and being able to fly it, no one will even know that it's there, and you'll be up like 100 feet.
So you're saying risk voyeurism charge?
Yeah. Just fly higher. Just fly higher. They won't be able to get you.
100%.
Just climb.
Oh, dude, you go outside. But you guys don't understand. Nude beaches means the whole family's nude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not my style. It's not my style. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're good.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, yeah. JoeMar's like, yeah, man, don't put the drone out there. Don't do that, man.
They'll shoot it down.
Yeah, but I want to go to Trogir and film the castle, because Trogir is an island, right? So the old
Yeah.
town's an island. So if I film the whole perimeter of it, and actually, I was gonna try to upload the videos and pictures to that one website where you can sell them. Go to all the places, and I guess if you take drone shots, people buy that stuff, huh? Because they don't have drones.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a business too. Have a drone is kind of a business tool. It's kind of cool. I mean, it is obviously with YouTube, but there's more. And people will hire you just to use your drone.
Well, check it out. Here's your little conies. There you go, girl. But so that's crazy. You're right. Like they will buy it. So my girl just start doing the AI art. She posted some things where you can buy the prints. People are already buying them.
Isn't that crazy?
It's nuts.
It's nuts. That's good. Congrats to her, man. That's
good.
Drop.
Shout out to Dream AI Art on TikTok.
Put it on in the chat.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
That's crazy. So she makes money. That's pretty good, eh? How much? So if you don't mind, how much does a painting or whatever go for? Whatever you want to call it.
$3 for a print.
So how much? So people buy them all the time. That's crazy, eh? That's awesome.
Yeah, she just started. She already had like a couple sales right away.
That's great, man.
I know, isn't that
She's
cool?
She's getting good at it.
Cool. Yeah, and she spends so much time doing it. It's cool. It's like she's obsessed with it. It's awesome. I think I sent you a video. I sent you one of them. I don't because I don't know how to get to TikTok. I don't even have TikTok. So I sent you the link though. Can you drop it real quick?
Yeah, but I can't show because it's on my phone.
Ah, okay, got you.
Yeah, I don't think TikTok. Can you go on the web? Can you go on the web browser with TikTok or no?
I don't know. Maybe. Let me see.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, you sent me it.
Yeah. What is the account?
What, you're asking me?
Yeah. I'm asking you.
Yeah, give me what the account is.
That shows you how supportive I am.
Yes. Let me see this. Oh, dude, we talk so much. The account is this. Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah, AI Dream Artist. Okay. Okay, I think I got it here.
You can do it, eh?
Yeah, I got it. I'm about to share my screen.
Oh, you can go on the web browser.
Dude, here it is. Yeah. Oh, we got all of them.
Crazy.
Let me share my screen real quick. Does it share audio too at the same time? No, share system audio. Here we go. And that's cool because she created all of this. So
the audio is what's gonna. I'm gonna actually cancel the audio.
Okay, yeah, you got it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So this is the first one she made.
Is that the Millie Pop?
So the music really, you got to hear the music almost. So then.
Yeah, the music can't be a go, yeah.
No, yeah, music. So this one, it was this was her first one, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's awesome!" And then someone in the comments is like, "Hey, make a cats one," and then she made a cat one, asking AI where the cats go when they die. So she made all these pictures.
It's crazy, yeah?
Yeah, and the song is like that M83 song or whatever, and it's all dramatic. And look at the comments. I just had to put my cat down last week. This helped. I'm in a real pain.
That's
man,
crazy.
I miss my little. It's like, she's got people crying here, dude.
It's crazy, eh?
Yeah, look at this one. Asking AI what hell looks like.
Doesn't look that bad, does it?
Doesn't look that bad. I could party there.
Yeah, that seems like a
River
Friday
Styx,
night where I'm from.
Yeah.
Look at that dude. That dude's cool at parties.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Huh? Look at asking AI to show me what spooky dogs look like. Cause Halloween's right around the corner.
Yes. It's. I guess it's right around the corner.
Yeah, she just started this account like a week ago, and look, she's already at 10.6 thousand followers, and this video's got 1.5 million
JoeMar already has
views.
his Halloween stuff up. He's like, it's
Yeah.
just around the corner.
It's just around the corner. Don't get me started, bro. Once September 1st starts, it's Halloween season in my house.
It's crazy. Yeah. So you're one of those guys where it's like as soon as Halloween's done, no, Thanksgiving maybe, Christmas stuff goes up.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Is that normal in American households? Or is it the first
for
of
sure.
December? Yeah.
Well, dude, they start putting like Halloween decorations in the grocery stores like last week.
Damn.
So they get ready like a month ahead. So like
Here.
the whole month of September, you're seeing nothing but Halloween.
Damn. That's crazy. We don't have Halloween here. We have it. They call it something else, kind of. I forget what the name is, like mascara or something like that.
It's just like a ripoff for a Mexican holiday. That's all.
Yeah, but it's in February. This one, so it's
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's like, but I don't know. I don't think we have Halloween on the 31st or whatever. I don't think so.
Yeah, you guys don't have Thanksgiving. You don't have Labor Day. You don't have Memorial Day.
Well, we have there's
every
a lot of holidays
everybody
here.
has their own like Memorial Day or Labor Day.
Yeah, ours Croatian Independence Day was just a couple weeks back, but this month so far we had 2 or 3 holidays already. So every month there's a lot of holidays here. There's like every month there's holidays. It's like 2 holiday days. It's crazy.
Shit. Sign me up.
Yeah, it's every day you're like, oh, I want to go to the post office. It's closed. Another holiday? That's what it feels like. Damn, how many holidays do you guys got? It's crazy.
That's my kind of society. I need that lazy bone society where you take a holiday once a month.
Yeah, once a month.
I need a 3-day weekend once a month, honestly. I'm a lazy bastard myself.
Yeah, dude, in America, what they have it, they don't have one in August, do they?
No. You get like a stretch from once you get done with
July.
Yeah, July, 4th of July, and then you got a full stretch until Halloween. And then
that far?
Well, September we get
Labor Day.
Labor Day or Memorial Day, yeah, Labor Day, yeah. And then it's just straight shot to Thanksgiving. I mean, we don't really Halloween isn't like a company holiday thing, but you sure as hell get Thanksgiving Day off. That's for sure.
So Thanksgiving for you guys is November, end of November?
Yeah, November 31st.
Yeah, November 31st. Jeez.
Or 30th or whatever it is. I'm such a bad American. I don't even know.
Oh, dude, I don't know when I can't tell you when. I know it's like actually I can't even tell you when Thanksgiving is in Canada. That's crazy. I think it's in the beginning. I think it's in the beginning of November. I'm pretty sure, or October. Could be October. I think it's October. Yeah,
I'm an idiot. It's November 24th.
November 24th. You're not even American, man.
It shows you how much I care.
That's crazy. It's crazy how both of our Thanksgivings kind of mean the same thing.
Yeah.
It's
the seizure of land.
Yeah, so October 12th is ours. So October 12th, yeah.
Nice. I'll be celebrating that too.
It's crazy how they mean the same thing but different times.
Right?
Yeah, it's like, well, we got to copy them. That's what Canada said. Well, we got to have one too then. It's like damn.
Canada's got everything that we got. Just it's a little different.
Do you guys change yours? Kind of change it so it's not the Pilgrims and the Indians?
Yeah, I kind of get. So I mean, Pilgrims and Indians. I mean, it's just like your traditional Thanksgiving dinner: turkey, gravy, stuffings, ham.
But they don't. They try to
potatoes.
Not show the Indian part of it anymore, like Canada, right?
No, God, no. It had nothing to do with that for years.
That's what I mean. So the tradition kind of disappeared.
It's just about eating dinner. Yeah, it's the spirit of like getting together. And
so the tradition kind of disappeared because of people's feelings. Same thing.
No, I mean it's not like hey, well, like we're doing this because of like the dinner that was had with the Indians. No, it's just an excuse to fucking
that's what I mean, because it was insensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just like Christmas for a while, I swear to you, it was almost illegal to say Merry Christmas to people in Canada. You have to say Happy Holidays.
Yeah, you get to say Happy Holidays. You can't say Christmas.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and that's kind of trickling over here too.
It's like, dude, if you want to come to Canada, you better conform to being Canadian. We say
Best
Merry
way
Christmas.
To get banned on YouTube is say Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it's like, oh, dude, you can't be saying that. Imagine YouTube saying, dude, what did we tell you about Merry Christmas, man?
Hey, what did we tell you? You can't, old Saint Nick, stop it.
Yeah, it's like, you can't be telling that. You can't be saying that. It's crazy. No, but a lot of things are crazy, man. That's why it's like the reality of stuff is just so hard to figure out nowadays or navigate through. It's like nothing's real. Nobody like you can't even have opinions. You can't question. You can't make jokes. Like a lot of jokes. You know how many like I don't know, man. Even watching comedians now, they got to watch what they say. It's don't go to a comedy show if you're going to be worried about that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you're
really
defending
soft.
it because it's like you're defending it because you secretly you want to be racist or whatever. Well, no. It's like a joke's a joke at the end of the day. I don't care what it's about. Like that's how I feel. Like a joke's a joke. I don't know. You're running out of things to say. You can't keep telling the same fart joke forever because everybody's scared. I don't know.
No, it happens all the time. Like you hear about it in shows where it's like, they'll be like, you're not a feminist. That's shit like that. It's like it's always you're just pissing somebody off, dude.
I don't conform at all being Canadian. I express my full Crow heritage.
Dude, it's the Canadians' fault, dude, because they were always just way too fucking nice. Right?
It's true.
It's Canada's fault. Blame Canada. South Park was right. Blame Canada.
Blame Canada. Oh man. It's crazy to think that like you can't make a joke.
No.
It's crazy. To me, it's like you can't make a joke about this, but you can make a joke about that. I don't know. That's crazy. You can't even I can't even tell you what I'm thinking because I'm scared. It's like I want to give you examples of what I mean, but it's like I better not. It's like I better not do it. It's that, and that's the crazy part. It's like before I would never like when you watch the first few live streams I did. It's amazing with some of the things I said that we got away with. Kind of. I don't know if they can go back into time and get you again. Probably they can. Obviously they can. That's like
obviously they can. They'll do that with anything.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah, you could say it. But like now it's like, oh my God, I'm scared. After that warning, I was like, oh no, please YouTube, please. It's true though. That's how it is. And I even deleted. If you look at my one video, I had 100,000 views. It was about pressing a certain drug.
Oh yeah, I remember that. On how to. It was like a mock comedy tutorial.
Yeah, and I deleted it.
Yeah.
And I deleted all those. I deleted all the ones with the yellow cash sign. That means they can't get monetized or they can kind of partially get monetized. But I was like, I had deleted all because it was giving me I'd probably get maybe 15 to 20 messages on Instagram a day from different people on how to be a drug dealer and all that stuff. So I deleted it because I'm like, oh, this is what they kind of know me for. I swear to God, I used to show Mickey. I'm like, look at all these people. Every day I used to get it.
They really think it's real.
Well, I'll say it now because it's gone. It was real. Like that's the way you do it. But at the same time, I was making fun of it because that was my old life. So I was just saying stuff, and I was making fun of it, kind of. But it is the way you do it was that it was that way. That was the reality of it too. At the same time, so I took it back. At first, I was like, oh, this is hilarious because it's what I know. So that's how I'm like. So what I know, usually they say what you know is how you grow, kind of, right? And that's how you kind of be better because you're not talking out of your ass because you actually know what you're talking about. And that I can make lots of videos like that on how to do that, how to sell, but it's like, I don't want to be known for that anymore. I'm kind of done with that kind of stuff. So it's like, I don't know. Now I'm a dad. Yeah. Now I'm a dad and I don't want to do that kind of stuff.
Looking back at that stuff, you'd be like, man, if I could have just done it a little bit differently on some of those.
No, at the same time, it's like I shouldn't be ashamed of it, but it's like it holds you back
What's
at
done
the
is
same
done.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I would like. I'm gonna tell you guys, I would love to do more of those videos, but at the same time, I'll get in trouble if I keep doing those videos.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. It's like, and I don't feel like I should feel ashamed of that because it's the past, like you said. If you're collecting war memorabilia, you just what you're gonna pretend that none of that happened, and it's like that's what made me who I am today. All that stuff, being a
Those old
drug
posts
dealer.
are your war
Yeah,
memorabilia.
yeah. So it's like, but now it's like I got to be ashamed to show my war memorabilia,
Right.
and that's how
I,
I feel.
there's a lot of things that I look back and like when I was, just just doing stupid shit. And I look back on some of the decisions and some of the things that I've done. I stop dead in my tracks and I just cringe at myself sometimes at some of the
See,
shit that I've done.
me, I'm the other way. I'm not embarrassed. I have no regrets about any of the
Really?
stuff. Yeah, I have none. I think that's what makes you who you are. Why would you
Right.
want to delete that? If I could go back in life, I would never change it. But do I want to redo it? No. But I would never. I
Right.
would go back and do the exact same things because I think
Okay. Yeah.
that they're fun.
Given the situation, I'd probably be doing the same thing. But it's always like it was always something like I always like think back. It's like fuck, I said this. I should have said something else. Or like I'll cringe, and it's just me getting to myself. It's like just
Yeah,
stories that I'm telling myself, right?
he's a shame kink. He's back cringe and turns him on, and it's like I don't know. I'm talking about like selling drugs and doing them and then getting in
Yeah.
depression. I don't think I'd change that. No, though
You would
I'd
redo
be
that.
the only things I'd change are the things that I never did, that I was too scared to do, or that I didn't take a
Right.
step, or that I quit on. Those are the things. But the things that I actually did and I made a decision to do it, I wouldn't change that. No, I'd go redo
Okay.
the same thing. But that's how I feel. But would I redo those things? Hell no. I'm not about to go stay up for 4 days in my room by myself. I'm not about to do
Right.
that. I don't know. Maybe I'm different, but I think that's once you come to like reality and grips to what you did and you
Yeah.
accept it, it's not a problem anymore. But if you keep hiding and embarrassed or you're scared to talk about it, I think that's when it kind of eats at your insides. You know what I mean? It's hard to get out of that. And I think if you tell people your story and you actually live through it, you actually help them too at the same time. You're like, oh well, this guy did it, and this guy's an idiot. So if he could do it, I can do it, kind of.
It depends on who you're telling, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes if they're like really listening and they care, that or do they want to just take your story and tell you about something that happened to them, right?
yeah.
You know
Well, and that's a
I
way of
hate
talking.
that.
That, but when the way that sometimes they feel comfortable now. They're like, oh well, I can
Right.
tell you.
But you're
I mean,
telling somebody something that like something really bad happened to you and you wanted to get it off your chest and
yeah.
then it turns into, oh well, let me tell you something that
Oh yeah,
it
like the
happened
one
worse to
uppers.
me. Yeah, exactly. And it's just like that, you're right.
Yeah.
That is a form of just conversation of how that's just how they are.
But it's like the one uppers. Like it's like, well, yeah, I did the exact same thing. I know what you mean. I know a guy. I actually know a guy that used to tell me that all. Well, I know a guy that was a midget, and he beat me up too. And it's like, well,
Dude,
you so
there was
let
a
me get this straight. You knew a
there was like
midget
a
too.
Doritos commercial. It was like Tostitos or Tostinos or Doritos. It was like a chip commercial, and it was like it was the one upper,
Yeah.
and they're all at a party and they're eating, and they're like, "Oh, have you ever had salsa in Spain?" And it's just like that's the kind of guy, or it's like they could be talking about anything, and it's like, "Let me one up whatever
Yeah.
you're talking." It's like shit.
Yeah, like no, but I had salsa in Mars. No big deal. Yeah.
Have you ever had salsa in Spain?
Oh, dude, I'll tell you, like a lot of people are like, well, like when I tell people like, oh, I used to sell tons of like I don't know if I'm even allowed to say that, but who cares? It's
Hey,
all satire.
statutes
It's
of
all fake.
limitations. It's all yeah.
It's all fake, anyways. Nothing that I'm saying is real. But when I tell everybody like, oh, I did more, I sold more than your favorite rappers. They're like, yeah, well, I was a drug dealer. I used to sell weed all the time, dude. You selling weed? You ain't no drug dealer. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're a drug dealer. Ain't nobody gonna rob you for a bag of weed. Yeah. I used to get in my feelings about that. Oh, I sold like $10 worth of weed once. It's like, I guess. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't. I used to be pissed. I'm like, a drug dealer to me is someone that dedicates all their time to selling drugs. They don't have a job and selling drugs.
No.
They
They don't have a job. This is their job.
This is their job. This is their reality. I'm like, I don't think you understand what it means to be a drug dealer. You don't have any free time to go hang out with your friends on the weekend. You're working.
It takes some discipline to do that. Doesn't it take some discipline to do that shit?
Oh, dude, it was hard getting no sleep.
Yeah.
King of the yeah, dude, I'm still the king of the hammer. No homo. Sold me my first dime bag when I was 12. Now his biggest fan. Hey, I don't know this guy. I swear to you guys. If the law is watching, I don't know this.
The 8-ball hammer, is that what that is?
Yeah, the 8-ball hammer.
Boone Joe, the 8-ball hammer.
No, I have some wild stories. I have no problem talking about them either, because whatever. If it gets you in trouble, I don't think you can. It's crazy. It's not like I murdered people or anything crazy like that. But I guess, what do you think's worse, being a drug dealer or a drug user?
I think it depends on the drug.
Well, a drug is like cocaine, heroin, crack. That's weed. Weed's not in there. Weed, mushrooms.
There's a little argument to both sides, right? Because if you're the dealer, you're
enabling.
You're enabling and you're feeding people's addiction. But
and you're ruining lives.
If you're the addict, you're just ruining your own life.
And it's like, if you're the addict, well, you could be ruining your family's life if you go deep.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It definitely affects. Yeah. I think it's both parties. It goes both way.
But it's like, at the same time, you'd be like, hey, buddy, to your friends, here's like me. When I was in that space, I swear to God, all my friends just called me for that. And I ended up not having any friends anymore.
Right.
Because they were all... Yeah, and so it's like, you just kind of see true colors of people too. When I was on top, and I was like, everything's fine, making all the money, I'm the guy talking to the town, and and then when I quit, and I don't have that kind of, I guess if you want to call it like glamorizing negative things, when I don't have that fame in the city of being that guy, everybody's like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, because they're looking for the next guy to leech off of whatever,
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of crazy. And then you only have like a couple of real friends left, or like 3, and you're like, wow.
You don't even want those guys around you.
You're like, oh man,
you're like, fuck, these are my friends. Fuck.
Yeah, it's like that movie.
When the dust settles.
Yeah, it's like that movie. There's lots of movies about when that nerd ends up getting rich, but he does horrible things to get rich. Like this gambling movie I just watched. But he left his nerd friends behind, but then everything blows up in his face, but then he's back to his nerd friends. That's like how it is all the time. It's crazy, man. I was just watching it. I'm like, well, ain't that some shit? That's the truth right there. It's crazy. Ain't that some shit, man? Fake friends everywhere. Fucking leeches. But I don't know, man.
You watching Arsenal right now?
Yeah, Arsenal just won 3-0.
No shit.
Yeah, they're killing it. And everybody's like, what did they just say here? Someone's adding me. Don't at me, bitch. But fucking Saliba. Someone says fucking Saliba. Ooh, because I took him as a sleeper. I don't know, but I think that's it for today, because my wife and kid, I got to attend to him.
No, that was good. Hey, man, do your thing. Do your thing, brother. Hey, this was good.
Well, I bought this subscription to StreamYard, so we should do this more often. I'm a little bit out of it right now because I haven't done it for a long time, but we'll get better.
We'll get better. Yeah, we'll get better. We'll keep this up. I'm, we both got a lot of things in the works, but I mean, hey, thank you for who even watched today.
LeSpook? I don't know. It
doesn't say
later. Yeah, it doesn't say. No.
LeSpook, our dude.
LeSpook
thanks.
Definitely comments.
Thanks, Boyo.
Thanks, Boyo. He's off Twitch too. This guy. We're on Twitch too. Okay.
Indian Terry, I think he popped in.
Yeah, just LeSpook. Well, thank you, LeSpook. Yeah, Indian Terry popped in, and then
we got to get a guest on the show. We got to get like Terry.
Terry's boring. He's just a BBC news reporter.
He just sits around on the couch and has a couple beers on the weekend.
Yeah,
or barbecues.
He's just a plumber.
Laying pipe.
Yeah.
We got some
And
pipe
then,
to lay on the weekend.
no, well, before when the thing is, I think we have to do it consistent.
Yeah.
Like have like a date where we do it all the time, or a couple dates, because it's like when me and Colin were doing, we were getting like guests all the time because they could kind of count on it to be there all the time. You know what I mean? And but it's hard too because, like I said before, it's kind of we run out of things to talk about. I feel.
Yeah, we start with one thing and it goes down left field, but it's good.
Yeah.
It flows
Yeah.
well.
No, but no, I'm saying if we do it too much, you have nothing. Like especially when you're like news based. If you're talking about news, there's not only so much interesting news you can talk about.
Right.
And it's like
That's a good
I
point.
don't know. Unless you're talking about world news that nobody really knows about, which is cool too, or like stupid news, that stupid headlines, like those are pretty fun.
Yeah.
Or we can think of like a segment like shower thoughts, and we think about like kind of like stupid thoughts that you have by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's one I was to kind of brewing up. I was started to write a bunch of shower thoughts, like just stupid things that people think about, like high. It's basically like high thoughts, but I don't smoke weed, so shower. I have showers, so I think of stuff in the shower.
There we
I
go.
don't smoke weed. I'm not gonna call it high thoughts because then it brings me back to that whole.
And then we have the Muff Minute.
Yeah, the muff minute, and we
The
just
Muff Minute.
make fun of people that are short. There. Wish I could take a shower with my.
Those were the days.
Those are the days. Bro, man, nothing like a little shirt on shirt no shirt on no shirt contact.
Chest to chest contact.
You know what I mean? Just with a loved one.
Press your nipples to mine.
Dude, I used to do that a lot with my friends.
Sounds
I was
fun.
the youngest. I was the youngest too by like 15 years.
Yeah, they were playing with you.
Yeah. It was weird because they said I had 3 nipples and one was just above my knees. And I was like, what? Nah, man, it's okay.
Shit.
Those guys were okay. I didn't mind.
Good guys.
Yeah,
Spook was there.
Yeah, the Spook was there. No, the
Yeah.
Spook had to watch. Nobody wanted his nipples.
Shit.
I don't know, but
All right,
yeah,
brother.
that's it, man.
That's
see
it.
you guys again.
Hey, man. Thanks, brother.